Geico for Saturday night's live Facebook record sale. I was trying to do some reminiscing for this year, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've had a Saturday show since going back to September. Best of my knowledge. Maybe some of our hardcore fans can let us know for sure, but I don't think we've had a Saturday show since September. How do you order a pizza on this thing? All right. Yeah, I'm trying to order a pizza on my phone too, so during the break, I'll have pizza to eat. I'm just clicking on stuff by this point. You know, this is how they get you, all these delivery fees. Psh. Continue. Short Street, leave it at my door. There's my phone number. Sure, $4 tip. Place order. I don't even know. I hope they're just bringing me a. I don't know how big of a pizza I just bought either, but I just ordered one. I don't know if it's 20 inches or 10 inches. Okay, now let me share this feed everywhere. So welcome everybody. What I was just saying is I'm not for sure if we've had a Saturday show since September. By the way, we are live. The screen's not frozen. So let me get this shared everywhere. First and most important place is the group. Got to share it in the group. All right, if you're on and watching, be sure to comment. Please say hi. Any kind of thumbs up you can give, give a thumbs up or anything like that. Just say that really helps the algorithms. It helps us out. Now I'm going to go to Restream and pull up our comments, and we're rolling. Okay, so pretty much here's tonight's show. If you like vinyl, if you like records, then you're in the right place. Okay, simple as that. Ed or Josh, see if the printout sheets are in the basket, like all the waiting list from last night, like throwing copper and all those. Jerry Reynolds said Stags. Jerry, I don't know. I've got to talk to Tanner. I don't know if he's going to be here, but Monday night we're going to have another. I think I can have another live coin and knife sale. Tanner will not be here. I still think I can pull it off though, because the rest of the week, Tanner's like, I don't know if it's anything like the last one. It's going to be chaotic, but. I have some people who's already texted me, messaged me, can you please have another sale? I missed that one. So we'll see what happens though. And then I've got a couple people that's like wanting me to send them pictures. They're wanting knives and they're like, just send me pictures, tell me what you got. And I'm like, okay. But man, these last 72 hours, we've been extremely busy. So we've already got all this keyed in. This is from last week. This is all keyed in from last week and or from last night, and these are all the pre-orders. So we have a lot to go through. Okay, I am now looking at the comment feed. If you are ready to ask me a question, now's the time. Okay, I saw some stuff earlier like, did you have Dean Martin or this or that? I'm now in record selling mode. So if you need to ask me a question, even if you've already sent it recently. So is this Facebook only? No, this is on Facebook and YouTube. All right, let's go through some new LPs while I'm monitoring the feed for questions. But so yeah, if you've asked something in the last 8 minutes, I probably hadn't seen it or answered it. So go ahead and send that again. Any kind of questions, etc. Neil Young at Carnegie Hall. I have one of these left. I only have one of these, not left, but I've been ordering these 1 or 2 at a time. Neil Young at Carnegie Hall, 2 LP, $39.99. Fantastic show. I have sold a bunch of these. I own one myself. It's a great sounding record. Neil Young at Carnegie Hall. This is $39.99. Has last week shipped yet? No. So we were closed and, of course, didn't get anything shipped on Thursday, which was Thanksgiving. Doug wasn't here yesterday. Tanner's been shipping today, and we're probably going to have to play catch-up Sunday, tomorrow, and on Monday. So, no, if you hadn't got a tracking number yet, no, we haven't. Still 20% off. Yes, I'll show some stuff 20% off. Not everything is 20% off. All the new arrivals we're showing tonight are how they normally are, but I have some new vinyl ready for discount. Do I have any more Dean Martin for $20? Where's that Christmas crate at? I may have one. I do. I have 2 left. Dean Martin, Winter Wonderland, Boontar. That will be 20% off. I'll do 20% off on that, which is $19.99. With my, and brightness, Chad's closed caption on Facebook. Pussifer. Well, your closed caption is going to look really weird right now because I'm about to say V is for Viagra, the remixes. This is Pussifer, $31.99. I have one of those. One Neil Young. This is the new Neil Young. This is the new Neil Young. New studio album, 20 songs on 2 LPs. I believe this is on silver vinyl, and that is $49.99, produced by Rick Rubin. Neil Young, world record. That is his new album. I'm just now getting to show that. $49.99. Boontar says take it. So first sale of the night is Dean Martin. That is Tanner 20% off, $19.99. That will be the sale price, $19.99. Any vintage tonight. We've got so much vintage, you'll probably get sick and have to go to the bathroom. I mean, it's like incredible. Halford Christmas. I should have one of those left. Halford Christmas Celestial. This is $27.99 Grant, and then 20% off. Tonight only. Rob Halford. That is $27.99, then 20% off. Boontar says, sold. Chad, I'm looking for Let It Bleed. I don't know if we have Let It Bleed in the Rolling Stones bin or not. I don't think we do. Did you find ST Purple box set? I did not. No STP Purple. Not saying I don't have any, but I'm still looking. The Cult Electric Peace. The Cult is $36.99. If you don't have one of those already, we got another 5 in from a different distributor. The Cult is $36.99. Now, I've got a bunch of these, and I have a list to go over. That's No Doubt Tragic Kingdom. No Doubt Tragic Kingdom is $36.99. That is on, quote, random colored vinyl. These are brand new. Let's take a peek at this one. Yeah, this one's yellow too. It looks like all the ones we've got are yellow. I think anytime they change or press a new batch, they change the color. That's why certain colors on Discogs from like further back are like $150, and then these are like $40 and $50. So No Doubt is $36.99. $36.99, No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom. That is on colored vinyl, by the way, if you don't have one of those already. And the waiting list for that is as follows. We had Brent Rabley and Scott Smith on a waiting list for that. Brent Rabley and Scott Smith on a wait list for No Doubt Tragic Kingdom. That was those 2 people. Those have already been pulled. Lou Reed Transformer is $31.99. Lou Reed Transformer. Paul Brothers, I have one of these pulled for you. This is the Record Store Day Essential on white vinyl. Lou Reed Transformer, $31.99. And I have Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Acoustics. Joan Jett is $28.99. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Acoustics. That is $28.99. I think I had somebody waiting on that one too. Waiting list on that one is Paul Brothers as well. So Paul Brothers, I think you had a Lou Reed Transformer and a Joan Jett. Jeff McIntosh wants the other one. That's sold to Jeff McIntosh. Any RM Lazelles tonight, or excuse me, any RM Lazelles, any auctions tonight asked by RM Lazelle. Yes, I've got so many Japanese auctions, that will make you sick too. You'll probably be saying, Chad, please, no more Japanese auctions. Please stop. No more. But yeah, I've got a bunch. We got 5 crates of new Japanese stuff ready. I repeat, 5 crates of new Japanese stuff ready. I'll get one started right now. Sticks, Paradise Theater, near mint, Japanese pressing with obi, $35 start, includes the original Japanese insert. This is a top copy. Sticks, Paradise Theater, Japanese pressing, $35 start. Yeah, that's a lot of Japanese vinyl. I mean, we could probably have an entire show just auctioning this stuff off. And I've got Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. Tunnel of Love. Never seen this Japanese pressing before. In shrink wrap with obi. This also has the original inner sleeve and Japanese insert. This is another near mint Japanese pressing. $35 start on that. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. Also has a hype sticker. So Bruce is a $35 start. Okay, the Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle. The Zombies is $31.99. The Odyssey and Oracle. That is, by the way, that's on, this is another Record Store Day essential. This is on like Psychedelic Swirl vinyl. Grant said Celestial sold. We got that from earlier, so we got it for you already. Thank you. Jeff McIntosh also wants the Zombies. That's sold to Jeff McIntosh. Eddie Bruce also bid $35 on Sticks. Arm Lozelle was in first, so I have Arm Lozelle first in on Sticks. This is Live Forever, a tribute to Billy Joe Schaefer. $33.99. Limited to 1,500 on diamond-colored vinyl. By the way, all the indie exclusives are gone the last time I checked on this. I got one of the last couple, and they're now on black vinyl. So this is the indie exclusive. Tribute to Billy Joe Schaefer. Some pretty big names on there. That is $33.99. Joe Bonamassa, now serving Royal Tea. That's a live show from the Ryman. $33.99. Joe Bonamassa, live at the Ryman, $33.99. And Carole King in concert, live at the BBC. That is $26.99. Which I think we determined the other night has James Taylor probably in the background somewhere or another. Those are $26.99. Megadeth, Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? $38.99. I'm getting quite the stack of these now because I order a couple every time I can get them. Tears for Fears, The Seeds of Love is $36.99. And we have AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, $31.99. New sealed remaster of that. Also AC/DC, The Razor's Edge, another new and sealed, $31.99. Eddie Bruce is at $40 on Sticks. Arm Lozelle's at $41. Jack Suslack on the Carole King. That's sold to Jack. We have AC/DC, and the last record in here was Sheryl Crow, another live from the Ryman. 4 LPs. 4 LPs. Sheryl Crow live from the Ryman, just $33.99. $33.99. Donnie Moore wants an AC/DC's Razor's Edge. Do you ever get an OG Seeds of Love? Very, very rarely. Very rarely we see the original copy of that. And David Tate also wants a Razor's Edge. I'll order this anytime I see it in stock because it's a very popular AC/DC album with Thunderstruck on it, of course, and other big hits. But not only that, originals are pricey and we don't really ever get them. Rob Scheffler wants Sheryl Crow. And let's go back to this crate one more time. So if you're just hopping on, you literally have not missed anything. Did you see above for my Blondie ask? Blondie Auto American. Chad, you happen to find another copy of Blondie Auto American? I have not. No, sir. I have not. All right, let me do a final call on these 2 auctions back here. We have Sticks Paradise Theater. High bid on Sticks Paradise Theater is Arm Lozelle at $41. That's going once, going twice. And Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love, looking for a $35 start on that. That's near mint, shrink wrap, OB, inner sleeve, insert, hop sticker. One more time on this spin. Neil Young, Carnegie Hall, $39.99. Pussifer is $31.99. New Neil Young record, $49.99. That's silver vinyl. The Cult, Electric Peace, $36.99. I've got 5 of those in here, along with No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom on yellow colored vinyl. No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom, $36.99. I'm really surprised I got this many shipped to me. It's usually a very heavily allocated record, high in demand. We've got several in stock. I would say grab those while you can. Lou Reed Transformer, his classic album. This is on white vinyl, Record Store Day Essential. Has Walk on the Wild Side, of course. And Billy Joe Schaefer is $33.99. Tribute to Billy Joe Schaefer. Rodney Crowell, Miranda Lambert, Eddie Brickell, George Strait's on here, Steve Earle, Willie Nelson. Joe Bonamassa, now serving Rural Tea, is $33.99. The Carole King live at the BBC is $26.99. Megadeth was $38.99. Tears for Fears was $36.99. AC/DC was $31.99. That was Dirty Deeds, and we have 2 copies left of The Razor's Edge. That is $31.99. Any Elton John Japanese? Yes, I believe so. Give me a second, and I'll start trying to pull those out. We should have at least one in all those crates. Brian Hummel's at $35 on Bruce Springsteen. That's going twice, going 3 times. I'm about to sell that. I think Eddie Bruce is out. Eddie Bruce does want Joe Bonamassa at the Ryman, and Arm Lazelle wants Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears. I think he said that earlier, and I missed it. So, first crate of new vinyl, that's done. I'm going to start grabbing some vintage stuff. Lots of vintage stuff to go through. I mean, it's a lot. We got them stacked up like in a wall around me over here, and there's 3 more behind me. Let's see. I think I'm caught up. I'm about to sell these 2 auctions, and I'll grab 2 new ones. I've got 2 other crates of new vinyl to go through. Let me grab this crate of, this is a little half crate. It looks like it has some pretty good stuff in it, so let me show it first. I can't hear the volume, but I can tell if it's pronounced Pussifer, yeah. So Mark's in a theater watching this show with closed captions on, so that's an interesting way to buy records. He's reading what I'm saying, which could be disastrous. We're going to go ahead and sell Brian Hummel, Bruce Springsteen for $35. Lots of Japanese stuff to move through. And Styx, Paradise Theater, is sold for $41 to Arm Lazelle. You'll be seeing me show lots of Japanese auctions tonight. We will probably be trying to keep them rolling all night. And this is the Police, Synchronicity. The Police, Synchronicity, Japanese pressing with Obi, insert, near mint copy. We have no condition notes on it, so this is a pristine Japanese copy, which means it's immaculate vinyl, high quality. Obi, really nice cover. The Police is a $55 start. We don't get that one too often. And here's a really nice copy of the Eagles on the Border. The Eagles on the Border, Japanese pressing of that with Obi, and that is a $45 start. Eagles is a $45 start. $55 on the Police, $45 on the Eagles. Chad, did you get any of the new Disturbed album? Yes, I do. I think I maybe have one left. Do you have any live from Moss City Limits, Jerry Lee Lewis? No, I do not have that. Okay, this looks like check condition. Okay, first bin of vintage tonight, check condition. This is Touch. Is this Touch? It is. VG Plus on this one. Somewhere around here we have a near mint copy of this album that I'm supposed to pull for Kevin. But this is a VG Plus copy, $64.99 for Touch. That's a very desirable psych album. The Monkees, Hey Hey It's the Monkees, 20 smash hits. I've never seen that before. That is a VG copy for $9.99. The Monkees, VG copy for $9.99. Hey Hey It's the Monkees, 20 smash hits. This has got to be, yeah, this is a German pressing, $9.99. Demon, Night of the Demon, a VG copy from France, $24.99. Demon, Night of the Demon, a VG copy from France, $24.99. Can you? Thank you. Yeah, it's paid. Times Square soundtrack, VG Plus, $19.99. And Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange soundtrack, VG Plus, $19.99. The Who's Next? Wow, this is in shrink wrap with a Kmart price tag. VG Plus on the vinyl, original Decca pressing. Now this, it's got a little bit of a cover crease right here, but this would be a heck of a cover upgrade for somebody. In shrink wrap with the Kmart price tag. Survivor, Eye of the Tiger is EX. That's $22.99 for Survivor. And New Edition is EX $17.99. EX $17.99. Lee Greenwood, Christmas to Christmas, VG Plus, $7.99. Lee Greenwood. New Disturbed album. Write that down for Dustin. I'll have to do some digging the way we have our crates stacked right now, but I know I have one left, Dustin, unless someone bought it here in the store. So, okay. Let's get an update on our auctions before the feed moves. I got Mark Fallon at $56 on the Police Synchronicity. That's going once, going twice to him. No bids yet on the Eagles. I'm looking for a $45 start on the Eagles on the border. John Young was first to the Who. John Young first to the Who. I probably would have kept that if no one would have bought it tonight. Steve Merkel on Clockwork Orange. Sell that to Steve Merkel. We'll put Dustin Chandler down for the New Disturbed. Chandler, you were second for the Who. Brent Rabley, you were third. And Tommy Flowers first to Lee Greenwood. Eddie Bruce is in on the Eagles at 45. Willie Nelson, Pretty Paper, is a VG Plus $9.99. Christmas Day, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I've had these before. This is pretty cool. This is a VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus. Christmas Day with Colonel Sanders. Take a look at that. VG Plus $14.99. Heavy Metal, original Heavy Metal soundtrack. VG Plus on the vinyl. That's a really nice cover. $34.99. $34.99. J.J. Wilson's first on the Demon. Sell that to J.J. Wilson. Donnie Moore first on the Christmas. Tanner Christmas with Colonel Sanders was a VG Plus $14.99. Let's go ahead and let me show a couple more records, and I'm going to end these auctions, 56 and 45. Sinead O'Connor, The Lion and the Cobra, is a VG copy for $24.99. Really nice cover in shrink wrap with hype sticker. We got some really nice covers in here. The vinyl just isn't near mint to match it. We have some VG Plus and VG vinyl with really nice covers like near mint and shrink wrap. And the Monkees, this is their first album, a VG copy, $9.99. Monkees self-titled. Chad, I know it's not a record. Do you have a VW van in a Matchbox? A van? I believe I do, yeah. So I posted some pictures the other day of one of our toy cabinets and baseball card cabinets, and I have like 3 people to get back with that wanted some baseball cards, some toys. Somebody messaged me on my personal page about some Matchbox, and we've been so busy the last 72 hours, I haven't done that, so as usual. But yes, I have some pretty cool toys some people's messaged me about, vintage original stuff, and some baseball cards. So if you're one of those people watching, I will get with you over the weekend to hopefully try to get it on this invoice and get it shipped to you as soon as possible, maybe if it's a gift. So the Style Council Live, the Home and Abroad, that's a VG copy, $9.99. Okay, Eddie Bruce gets Eagles on the Border for $45, and Mark Fallon gets the Police Synchronicity for $56. Those are sold and sold. Next 2 auctions, we're going to do John Lennon, and we're going to do Michael Jackson Thriller. So let's see if this is complete. It certainly looks like it. Near mint vinyl, of course. And this does look like it's complete. Has the original Japanese insert, and it has the booklet / poster. So poster, insert, really nice cover, near mint, Obi, and the vinyl is absolutely pristine on that. That is a $65 start. Michael Jackson Thriller, Japanese press of that. $65 start on that. John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I just call it John Lennon, though. Double Fantasy. Double Fantasy is a near mint Japanese pressing. When I say it's a near mint Japanese pressing, we are extremely strict when we're grading these. There's the Japanese insert. So these things will look like immaculate when we put them, if I say it's a near mint. Looks like, I mean, just unbelievable. That is a $35 start. John Lennon Double Fantasy, $35 start on that. Has some couple great songs on it. Let's see, do you have any inner outer sleeves in stock? I have both. Just let me know which kind you're looking for and how many you want. Walt Cruz wants the Style Council. Chad, you have the new Alan Parsons box set. I do not. I don't think I ordered those. I'm trying to just order all the one steps and stuff like that to pre-orders and certain people's requests, because I've been ordering a bunch of those lately and hadn't been able to sell them. So I'm only really ordering one steps and high-end audiophile records to demand. So Mariah Carey, Emotions, is a VG Plus $29.99. Dio, Mystery, that's a 12-inch single, VG copy, $9.99. excuse me, $19.99. Once again, a really nice looking cover. Fat Boys Crushing is a VG copy, $19.99. The Dangerous Christmas of Red Riding Hood, that features the animals on it, VG Plus, $19.99. And the Yes album is a VG Plus. Boy, that's heavy. VG Plus, $14.99. Yes, Close to the Edge is a VG Plus, $14.99. And the Elvis Christmas album, VG Plus, $7.99. I think here's what we're going to do on this. Let me, because it could get very complicated. These are all Elvis Christmas albums. Let me pull these out and get them sorted. There's that one, this one. We have the Partridge Family Christmas Carol that has the original envelope with it. That's a VG Plus, $7.99. The Partridge Family. There's another Elvis, and here's the one I just showed. I'm going to do this one first. Elvis Christmas album. Look, it's got a really cool hype sticker. Merry Christmas, $2.99 with the mistletoe wreath. All right. I don't have sleeves for box sets. No, I don't. Carol Puckett's at $45 on John Lennon. Have you ever had the Toto vinyl box set? No, I haven't. Do you happen to have an OG 2 versions in bag? I don't. Is Mariah Carey a single? The John Lennon 2 Virgins record usually sells if I show one in any condition, VG or near mint. They're usually gone. This is the 12-inch single, Emotions, and There's Gotta Be a Way. VG Plus, $29.99. That's from 1991. 1991. Stacy Metternich wants the Partridge Family. Stacy Metternich gets the Partridge Family. What was the Sinead O'Connor? Give me 1 second on that. 1 pack of inner, whatever brand you choose, and 1 pack of outer, 3 mil vinyl brand if you have them. The outer sleeves we have are Big Fudge for sure. They're Big Fudge 3 mil, and I can give you matching Big Fudge inner. Hey, look what Ed just found. Ed has found a John Lennon 2 Virgins. This is a 1969 Monarch press. We have it priced for $99.99. Where was this? Is somewhere behind the counter? High-end bin. Yes, we went through and pulled out some records out of the we went through all of the crates in the back and pulled out all the $50 and up stuff to put behind the counter. So, hey, there you go. Someone's wrote Foreman on the cover, but yeah, let me take a peek. They are definitely nude in there. It's not a pretty sight either. We got that stickered for $99.99. 1969 Monarch press. All righty. Let me go back through this crate again because there was a couple questions. We have Touch, VG Plus, $64.99. The Monkees, 20 smash hits, VG copy, $9.99. Times Square soundtrack is a VG Plus, $19.99. Awesome lineup of music on this. Roxy Music, Talking Heads, Susie Quattro, Gary Newman, XTC, Lou Reed, The Cure, Patti Smith. I mean, usually that's an instant seller. Survivor, Eye of the Tigers. That is EX, $22.99. Eye of the Tiger, EX, $22.99. New edition is EX, $17.99. Willie Nelson Christmas album is a VG Plus, $9.99. Heavy Metal is a VG Plus, $34.99. Sinead O'Connor is a VG copy for $24.99. That's the Line and the Cobra in shrink wrap and hype sticker. VG vinyl, $24.99. Whoever asked about that. The Monkees is a VG, $9.99. Dio Mystery. We auctioned one of these off one night for more than this. VG copy, $19.99 on that. We have, if I get these stand up, Fat Boys is a VG copy, $19.99. Red Riding Hood Christmas record with, it features the monkeys or the animals somehow. That is VG Plus, $19.99. The Yes album was a VG Plus, $14.99. And Close to the Edge was a VG Plus, $14.99. All right. So we need Walt a pack of inner and outer sleeve Big Fudge. We got it. Chandler said 60 on Michael Jackson. Retro Class Entertainment is in on the Times Square. Sell that to Retro Class Entertainment. Rydell Martin, that's Times Square. Donnie Moore put SO. SO was SO. That was, could it possibly be Survivor? Touch, Monkees, New Edition, Heavy Metal, Sinead O'Connor, maybe? Yes. Sell that to Donnie Moore. Sinead O'Connor. Carlos Diaz was first to the Dio. Carlos first to Dio. It looks like Marco Martinez was next. Carlos was first to that. Fred Wink he's in on the John Lennon at 47. Kenny Bell is in on the Fat Boys. And we have Donnie Moore O'Connor. Okay. Everything in here is sticker price. Everything in here is sticker price. So, John Lennon, I was about to sell it. Somebody bid 45. Fred is in at 47. And I was wanting a $65 start for Michael Jackson. Chandler said 60. But what I'm going to do is say Chandler's in at 60. That's going once, going twice. Make sure everybody that was interested in this record knows that I'm about to sell it for $60. $60, Michael Jackson Thriller. Michael Jackson Thriller. Next Play Records, if you're passing on Willie Nelson, I'm going to sell that to Josh Fry. Carol Puckett's at 65 on John Lennon. What was sticker on Willie? VG Plus $9.99. That's sold to Josh Fry unless you want it. And then, of course, we had I forgot about this. Elvis Christmas album. VG Plus $9.99. I bet everybody has one by now. And then the Mariah Carey was $29.99. So, all right, I'm going to set this right over here. I got another crate of new vinyl to go through very quickly. Actually, I got a lot of new vinyl to go through. So, Next Play Records gets to Willie Nelson for $9.99. Final call on Michael Jackson and Carol's at 65 on John Lennon. Fred, let me know if you're in or out on that. Is this? No, that's not new stuff. This is new stuff over here. That's stuff that was on the table. This is new stuff. All right. Fred's out on that. We have Elvis Costello Extreme Honey. This is the very best of the Warner Brothers records. This is essentially a Elvis Costello greatest hits. If this, I don't think it's ever been on vinyl. If it has, it came out in 1997, so I'm sure that's very expensive. Elvis Costello, that is for Music on Vinyl. $4,000 on gold vinyl, $44.99. Elvis Costello, I had Walt Cruz on a waiting list for that. Walt Cruz on a waiting list for Elvis Costello. Mike Massey wants one. I only have one copy. If anybody else wants one, let me know. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Okay, we have two people out on John Lennon, and they were both bidding. Carol bid 65 and says, I'm out. You are the high bidder at 65, and I was about to sell it to you. So do or do you not want it for 65? Michael Jackson Thriller is sold to Chandler Harris. Chandler, you got that for $60. And I'm kind of confused on this. I guess Carol says I'm out. Sell it to Fred. Well, what I'll need to do then is let me go back to Fred Wink and say Fred has this for $47 in case anybody else wants it. Going once, going twice. So Fred, it looks like you're back in on this at 47. And we'll make sure that's a final call on that. Fred said he would take it. Okay. Let me show these kind of one at a time. The 70s Collected, Volume 2. The 70s Collected, Volume 2. So all three volumes, I believe, came in. This is the 70s. No, we didn't get the 60s, did we? Just the 70s and 80s came in. So 60s is due out next week. 70s Collected, Volume 2. The 70s Collected, Volume 2, limited edition 2000 on light green colored vinyl. Light green colored vinyl, the 70s Collected, Volume 2. So there's a series of these from Music on Vinyl. And we sold a truckload of Volume 1. This is Volume 2. And we did have a pre-order on this. Conrad Murak, Lisa Williams, Stacy Metternich, Marco V, Tracy Miller, Jerry Pinnick, Walt Cruz, and Jerry Stone. Conrad Murak, Lisa Williams, Stacy Metternich, Marco V, Tracy Miller, Jerry Pinnick, Walt Cruz, and Jerry Stone. The 70s Collected is limited to 2000 on green. Tracks by the Rolling Stones, John Lennon, The Police, Elton John, Frank Zappa, Joe Jackson, Ringo Starr, Mink DeVille, Dr. John, Marion Faithfull, The Police. Isley Brothers. There's the track list. Thank you, Craig. Lots of tracks on there. Joe Walsh, Rocky Mountain Way. The Police, the Blue Oyster Cult. Those are $44.99. $44.99. Marty Kramer wants one, and I have one left. Thank you, Craig, for sharing that track. Yeah, sell that to Fred for $47. Okay, yeah, I have one left of that. There's the track list. Thank you, Craig. There's a bunch. I can't read those off. It would take us a half hour. And I also have the 80s collected. This one also came in this week. The 80s collected is on pink colored vinyl. Also 2 LPs, $44.99. New release from Music on Vinyl. That's the 80s collected. So I got 2 copies of that, and I got 1 70s left. The 80s collected, I have one pulled for Conrad Murak, Matt Algram, Jason Ivey, Jerry Stone, Jerry Pinnock, Stacy Metternich. And then Chris DeMoss got one, Mike Massey, Shepard Michael. Walt Cruz got 2 of them, Paul Brothers and Marco V. I had a lot of people buy all 3 volumes. So the 70s collected, the 80s collected. This is a new release from Music on Vinyl. Ornette Coleman, Change of the Century. That is limited to 1,000 on gold-colored vinyl. Ornette Coleman, originally an Atlantic record, it looks like. $38.99 for Ornette Coleman. I have 2 of those. And Jethro Tull. I have kept one of these myself. I look forward to listening to it. Jethro Tull Stand Up. This is an RTI pressing by Analog Productions. $69.99. And this should be all analog. They've even replicated the pop-up cover. So when you open it up, the cover does pop up just like the original. That's a 2 LP version at a 45 RPM. $69.99. It's probably my favorite Jethro Tull album. I really look forward to listening to that. $69.99. Fred says, I'll take the 70s. So the 70s is sold to Fred. The 80s collected, if I didn't mention any of the artists, as you can imagine, it's 80s artists. Tears for Fears, Eurythmics, Spandau Ballet, Public Image Limited, Wang Chung, Motel, Soft Cell, Blow Monkeys. It's a lot of pop, new wave type music on here. Tears for Fears, The Mission, yeah. Johnny Hates Jazz, that's $44.99. There's the track list from Craig. Thank you, Craig. I have 2 of those. Ornette Coleman, I have 2 Jethro Tulls. That sounds probably absolutely fantastic. Top 2000, the 80s. This was a request. I hadn't had these in stock in quite some time. Jerry Stone asked, could I get it? I said I could. This is a NPO Radio 2 Top 2000, the 80s. It's also pretty much a compilation. Elton John, Run DMC, Simple Minds, Queen, Roxy Music, Level 42, Tears for Fears. That's $44.99. That's also sold to Michael Massey. Next new LP is Kiss Alive. This is the German version with the different S's on it. $59.99. Kiss, also pressed in Germany. Very well made. Kiss Alive. I think I'm going to keep one of these myself because, I mean, it's a tip-on jacket, gatefold. Got the alternate S's. That's really, really well made. Kiss Alive. And pretty much it's the only version of Kiss Alive that's in stock right now. We can't get the U.S. version. They're out of stock and back-ordered. Fred Wink wants that one. We have one more here if anybody wants it. There's the top 2080s track list. Thank you. So Fred gets a Kiss. I'm still bitter about Jethro Tull, 89 Grammys. Yeah. That was kind of weird because that song was... Anyway, we'll move on. Rush Hemispheres. I like Jethro Tull, but I do believe Metallica deserved it. Rush Hemispheres. This is a old Record Store Day stock. 40th anniversary of Hemispheres, $34.99. Picture disc. Rush Hemispheres 40th anniversary, $34.99. I have 2 of those. I also have a restock of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, $69.99. We just got these in. I think last night we did a blowout sale on all the ones I had on hand. $69.99. Analog Productions. If you missed out on that, I think for $5 or $8 more, if you didn't get one, very well worth it. Fred Wink wants a Rush. I've got one of those left. Foreigner. MoFi pressing. Restock is $49.99. Foreigner. Original master recording from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. That's $49.99. I have more No Doubt Tragic Kingdoms. $36.99. We have a bunch of those. Limited edition colored vinyl. They're yellow. This is a new release. I thought I posted a pre-order, but I guess I didn't. This is Bloodline. $44.99. 2 LP for Music on Vinyl. Joe Bonamosa's First Band featuring Waylon Krager, Barry Oakley Jr., Aaron Davis, and Lou Sergetti. Available on vinyl for the first time. Bloodline, $44.99. Donnie Moore wants an Elvis Costello. I only had that one copy, Donnie. If you're okay with a waiting list, I can have you one next week if that's okay. I can have you an Elvis Costello next week. I got 3 copies of Bloodline. AC/DC Live, that's a 2LP, $39.99 for AC/DC Live. Stormy Monday Blues, T-Bone Walker. This is a Record Store Day essential on opaque white vinyl, $33.99 for T-Bone Walker. And King Crimson. This version's a little bit different. This is the 50th anniversary edition of the classic 1969 debut album, featuring a new 2019 mix by Steven Wilson, and all mix approved. So this is the Steven Wilson mix, 200 gram, $39.99. Donnie said he's okay. Waitlist for Elvis Costello Extreme Honey. What are y'all doing? Y'all aren't telling me about auctions. You're supposed to say, Chad, auctions. We could have already sold 5 auctions by now. Let me see what I have in the crate. I've got, this looks cool. I've got a Japanese pressing of the Beatles' Let It Be. So Let It Be is EX on the vinyl, which probably means it has some very, very light scuffs. But this is a nice looking copy. I don't think we've had this one before. UK Flag Series, or we haven't had it in a while. I think at one time or another, we've had every Beatles Japanese pressing. Maybe not all. We haven't had some of the originals like on red vinyl, but we've had most of them. Has the lyric insert, black inner sleeve. This is a $55 start. $55 start. $55 start on the Beatles Let It Be. Fred Wink wants King Crimson. And the Beatles is a $55 start. I'm going to show all 3 of these at the same time. They're $38.99 a piece. King Crimson Beat, King Crimson Discipline, and King Crimson, boy, that's hard to say 3 times in a row. 3 of a perfect pair, and those are all Steven Wilson 200 gram mixes. Those are $38.99. Yes, Throwing Copper came in. That is in the next crate I will show of new vinyl, Bob. I will read that list when I do that. Fog Hat, Full for the City, MoFi pressing, $64.99. We have the Bob Seger system, $34.99. Bob Seger system. Did you check pre-orders on that, or is there a list on here? I think there's somebody on that one. Bob Seger. We might want to set one aside just in case. Let's see. Yeah, I think so too. We already pulled it. Is it on here? Yeah. I don't see it on here. I'm pretty sure it's Chris Crowley, maybe. George Strait, Pure Country, $34.99. Matchbox 20, $67.99. Exile on Mainstream. And AC/DC Flick of the Switch, $29.99. AC/DC Flick of the Switch. I will show Throwing Copper, but yes, I have the complete list. I have the complete list here. Everybody who claimed one on the feed got one, or everybody who claimed one on the feed and the post got one. I have a few extras to sell, and those will get gone whenever I show them. Let's go through this crate one more time very quickly, and then I'm going to grab the next crate of vintage stuff. 80s Collected Volume 2, $44.99. Ornette Coleman, Change of the Century, $38.99. Jethro Tull Stand-Up, $69.99. 2LP, 45 RPM, pressed at RTI. Kiss, $59.99. We have Rush Hemispheres, $34.99. Leonard Skinner to $69.99. Foreigner is $49.99. No Doubt, $36.99. Tragic Kingdom. Bloodline is $44.99. AC/DC Live, $39.99. We have T-Bone Walker, $33.99. We have the 3 King Crimsons, which usually go as a set, $38.99. I have all 3 of those now in stock. Fog Hat is $64.99. Bob Seger, $34. George Strait, $34. Matchbox 20, new album, $67.99. And AC/DC, $29.99. $29.99. I got booted. Did I get Michael Jackson? Yes, you did. Crazy. There's Foghat, Mobile Fidelity. What's next? Pablo Cruz. There is. I'm pretty sure there is a Mobile Fidelity Pablo Cruz, isn't there? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. We've sold it here live on Facebook before. It's been a while. I think it's been since the It's been since the rush of Pablo Cruz albums. Santana Marathon, Japanese pressing, near mint with inner sleeve and insert, it looks like. I don't think we've had that one before. That's a $35 start. Looking for a $55 start on Beatles and $35 on Santana. Let me grab this next crate here. Oh, wow, this thing has a little bit of everything in it. I got to just grab them and just keep showing them because there's so many vintage records. I mean, I can't really try to pick and choose. So, Darwin wants an AC/DC live. Let's sell that to Darwin. That's a good decision. Sell that to Darwin. John Stott said yes, and Daniel has one as well. All right, so $35 start on Santana. I'm going to go ahead and end the Beatles, Let It Be. If anybody wants this, $55 buy it now. The Beatles, $55 buy it now. That's Let It Be, Japanese press. Concrete Blonde, 1999. Concrete Blonde, 1999. Looks like a 12-inch single, still in Hollywood. Gold stamp promo, white label promo. Concrete Blonde is 1999. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. This is $49.99. The Greatest. Count Basie plays. Joe Williams sings standards. This is a Japanese press of some sort. Verve, original jazz classics on Verve. That's $49.99. Count Basie. Walt Cruz first on Concrete Blonde. Let me get these situated. Fun, Fun, Fun. The Cantalinas. This is sealed. $39.99. $39.99. McCoy Tyner. Reevaluation. The Impulse Years. Promotion copy. Not for sale. $39.99. White label Impulse, $39.99. That's a 2LP. Aztec Camera. Well, this is a weird looking record. $19.99. It folds out. It's got a record in here. That's weird. Boy, y'all were all over that. I didn't even really get to figure out what it was, and two people already want it. Discounted records. I got something better than discounted records. I have records. I have brand new records like these we've never shown before. This is sold to John Stevens, Aztec Camera. Mike Massey was second, and Walt Cruz was third. David Bowie, rare interview picture disc, $34.99. Hubert Laws, In the Beginning, that is $24.99. Boston. Wow, what a strange looking pressing. This is a 1976 Taiwan pressing, $29.99. Featuring the hit More Than a Feeling. That's so weird seeing that on there. That's a 76 Taiwan pressing, $29.99. Fairport Chronicles by Fairport Convention. That is $39.99. Total Colio. I Eat Cannibals. $19.99. This is definitely stuff from Atlanta. The Grateful Dead, Skull and Roses. This is $74.99. $74.99. Green Warner Brothers label. That's extremely clean. The cover does have some seam splits. This is probably an automatic VG minus cover because of some seam splits. Super nice vinyl on that one. $74.99 on the Grateful Dead. And Aha Scoundrel Days. $34.99 for Aha. Don't see that one too often. Scorpions Fly to the Rainbow is $34.99. And the Monkees Greatest Hits is $39.99. The Monkees Greatest Hits. Wow, that's nice. $39.99 on that. And Fine Young Cannibals. This one is $24.99. Fine Young Cannibals. Let's see. Great cover. Mike Massey first on the Colio this here. Sell that to Mike Massey. John Young on Grateful Dead. Does it have the sticker? I don't think so. He probably would have made a note on that. I see an original inner sleeve, of course, the Warner Brothers sleeve. I don't see any sticker in this. No sticker on that. Only one if it has a sticker. No sticker on that. Scream is $24.99. What do we have here? Scream, the 12-inch Pro, that is $24.99. The Scorpions is $34.99. Elvis Sings the Wonderful World of Christmas, $9.99. Elvis Sings the Wonderful World of Christmas. Elvis Memories of Christmas is $14.99. Chris Squire, Fish Out of Water, that is $19.99. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth is $19.99. And The Outfield, Play Deep, $34.99. If anybody wants to buy Santana, you can buy it now for $35. That's a no bid on Santana. We also have the Beatles up there. Let It Be, if anybody's interested in that. I also have a Japanese press of the Beatles the Beatles ballads, 20 original tracks. This is a $55 start. Near Mint with Obi, the Beatles ballads. That's a $55 start. And I've got, what is Stuff? Stuff, more stuff. Is this a, what is this? I don't know. We're going to put it up for auction though. Stuff, more stuff. It's a Warner Brothers record. Looks like the name of the artist is Stuff. That's a Japanese press, $25 start. How much is Scorpions? Pass on Dead. Ron Phillips wants the Santana. Sell out to Ron Phillips for $35. Tina Williams wants the Scorpions out of here. And there's like some stuff I can't believe hadn't sold, like The Outfield. Andy Summers, Robert Fripp, I Advance Mast, $19.99. New Kids on the Block, Merry Christmas. Boy, do we need to auction this? I think we might. This is like something I don't see too often. Let's put this up for auction. $35 start. New Kids on the Block, Merry Christmas. Wow. Didn't know he was going to have this tonight. Has the original inner sleeve. And it is near mint. Nice inner sleeve. About the only thing I see is we have somebody wrote their name on the cover right here. Or does that say Santa Claus? What does that say? Looks like it says, I can't read it. $35 start on that. All right, so we got 3 auctions going. That's okay. Brent Rabley's at $25 on Stuff. Stuff American Jazz Fusion combo. Thank you, Craig. The Outfield was Play Deep. Play Deep. Josie's on a vacation far away. Sean Rushford is at $35 on Kids. Donnie Moore wants The Outfield. Who just asked about it? Clay Moore, Grant Peltzer. Grant Peltzer has dibs, then Clay Moore, and then it's Donnie Moore's. So Grant, Clay, and Donnie. Somebody's going to end up with it. It's $34.99. The Outfield Play Deep, $34.99 on that. That's sold to somebody. One of those 3. Merry Christmas, 36 favorite songs, 36 great artists. That is $14.99. Elvis Christmas album is $14.99. This is the mono copy. RCA mono copy. That's $14.99. Season Greetings from Barbra Streisand is $9.99. Anne Murray Christmas Wishes is $9.99. Tennessee Ernie Ford Christmas is $9.99. The Life Treasury of Christmas Music is $7.99. Leonard Bernstein conducting New York Philharmonic, The Joy of Christmas, $7.99. Rick Wakeman, Criminal Record is $19.99. John Anderson, 3 Ships is $19.99. Yes, Drama. Somebody just asked about that the other night. That's $19.99. A Very Merry Christmas Volume 4, $9.99. And American Christmas is $9.99. Great Songs of Christmas is $7.99. Pete Seinfeld, Steel, $39.99. All right, so who ended up with The Outfield? Donnie Moore? Did Clay pass? Yeah, so Donnie Moore got The Outfield, Tanner. It's laying right up here. Donnie Moore got The Outfield. That is sold. Okay, so 35 on New Kids on the Block. That's going once, going twice. Stuff is at 32, going once, going twice. Brent Rabley's at 32 on Stuff, going once, going twice. New Kids on the Block is at 35, going once, going twice. Any Billy Ray Cyrus. He only has one album available on vinyl pretty much, and we don't have it right now. It's about a $100 record. Sometimes we have it, we don't right now. But he's never really had anything else on vinyl. Scott Smith on John Anderson. That was right in here somewhere, I think in between some of these Christmas albums. Yeah, John Anderson. That sold to Scott Smith. Arm Lazelle was second. And Sean's out on New Kids of the Block. All right, so let's go ahead and sell stuff. That is $32 to Brent Rabley. If anybody wants to buy New Kids on the Block, you can for $35. I'll put this record back in here. We have Tales from Topographic Oceans, $34.99. Yes, going for the one is $19.99. The Yes album is $19.99. I think that's the third one of those we've had already tonight. Texas Bound and Flying, Jerry Reed is $14.99. And this is the first great rock festivals of the 70s. Isle of Wight, Atlanta Pop Festival. That is $39.99. The guitar album is $34.99. And Come Dancing with the Kinks, the best of the Kinks, 77 to 86, $34.99. Kyle Morgan on the Barbara Season's Greetings. That was right back here on that. Walt Cruz on the Kinks. Sell that to Walt Cruz. If anybody wants the Beatles, it is $55 buy it now. Over here with Let It Be. So we have two Beatles albums. So 55 and 55 buy it nows on those. What else do we have over here? Who was backup bidder on Stuff? Because I have another copy of it. Whoever was backup bidder, $32 on Stuff. I have another copy. Whoever was interested in that. I also have Chase. Japanese pressing of that is $25 start. Chase. Japanese pressing of that, $25 start. The guitar album features artists such as Eric Clapton, John McLaughlin, Roy Buchanan, Roy Gallagher, Stone Crows, Area Code 615, Link Ray, T-Bone Walker. It's a guitar playing compilation. That is $34.99. What was the Pop Festival record? This is pretty much a compilation of artists who played at these festivals, which was the Isle of Wight and Atlanta Pop Festival. Jimi Hendrix, Sly and the Family Stone, Johnny Winter, Miles Davis, Chris Christopherson, Mountain, Allman Brothers, Poco, Procol Harum, Cactus, Chambers Brothers, Leonard Cohen, and David Bromberg. That is $39.99. Tommy Flowers is at $25 on Chase. Charlie DeFrank was backup bidder. Thank you, Craig. Charlie DeFrank, do you want Stuff for $32? I have another copy if you want that. Brent Rabley said he'll take the guitar album. Tommy Flowers has Chase going once, going twice for $25. The best of the early Louvin Brothers is $19.99. Dickens, A Christmas Carol, Sir Ralph Richardson. That is $14.99. The original Gene Autry, this is the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, $9.99. Perry Como sings Merry Christmas music. That is $9.99. The Many Moods of Christmas, $7.99. Bing Crosby and the Columbus Boy Choir sing Family Christmas Favorites, $9.99. This looks like another Christmas compilation. First track is the Beach Boys. $7.99. The Wonderful World of Christmas, a Firestone giveaway, $9.99. And The Wonderful World of Christmas, $7.99. Alan Jonathan, Gene, and then He Passes. Michael Church on Rudolph. Michael Church gets that one. Francis Drennan first to Dickens, which was this one right here. That's owed to Francis Drennan. Donnie Moore on Christmas Carol. Donnie was second, and Claymore was third on Gene Autry. The Best Love Christmas Carols, Hallmark record, $9.99. The Many Moods of Christmas, $7.99. A Very Merry Christmas, another volume for $7.99. And that's it. No more records in that one. Sell Tommy Flowers Chase for $25. I was at $30 on Stuff and Lost Feed. Stuff is, we sold one for $32. I was saying if you wanted, I have two copies. If you want one, I'll sell you this one as well for $32. And I think we're called it Francis Drennan wants Carol's. This one right here. Okay, Francis Drennan also wants that. Let me go through that crate one more time, starting back here in the back. This is only our second crate of vintage tonight. Yep, only our second crate of vintage. Let me go through those one more time very quickly. We have Count Basie. This is the Cantalinas. That was a sealed copy. McCoy Tyner. David Bowie interview picture disc. Rupert Laws. Boston. Fairport Convention. Aha. The Monkees. Fine Young Cannibals. The Grateful Dead. Scream. Elvis. So Elvis sold somewhere between 100 and 300 billion Christmas albums. I mean, they're everywhere. There's about 5 different versions. The first original one that he came out with in the 50s, it's pretty pricey. It can sell for up in the hundreds. But yeah, there's millions of millions of Elvis Christmas albums for sure. Is as nice as the first. It is identical. They're both near mint minus. Brent Rabley, The Grateful Dead, was $74.99. Green Warner Brothers label, which is the original press of that. This is really clean. Has some seam splits on the cover, so I've been having to call that a VG minus. Price on the Cantalinas, Scott Smith, that was a sealed copy actually. The sealed copy is $39.99. $39.99. Next question was best price on Boston. Everything in here is sticker price as I go through these. $29.99. That will really speed up our ability to go through stuff tonight. $29.99 on Boston. Price on Fairport. The Fairport Convention Chronicles was $39.99. I've never seen this before. It's a white label promo too. Does it have Maggie? What's the name of that song? Let's see here. What's it called? I forgot what that one's called. Never seen this though. $39.99. Are you 100%? I do not see a sticker. I can take it apart and empty it out, but I'm positive. I mean, normally John would make a note of that. Let's see. Nothing in there. Let me pull out the other sleeve. I've never seen a sticker of this. I've had, several dozens of these, I'd say, since I've been buying and selling records. I've never seen a sticker. Didn't know it even came with a sticker. There's no sticker with this one. No sticker with this one. 100%. Now I've got to set that up there. That's okay. Let's see. Charlie DeFrank said sold. I forgot what we were talking about. Stuff. So Charlie gets this for $32. Charlie DeFrank on that one. What's the Scream record? Richard Davis. Scream, the 12-inch Pro. Promotional copy not for sale. Rotten Sunday, The Hangmen, All Along the Watchtower. And it's $24.99. Teenage Lipstick Girls, Delta Rebels. Looks like a 3-track EP on that again. Scream. All right. What are the grades on vinyl and jacket? So if I don't say a grade on the vinyl, like this crate here is everything. We've cleaned these and inspected them. This record here, it looks like it's near mint. So pretty much to save a lot of time and effort, we group together everything that's EX plus to near mint minus. So everything in here is really nice. The jackets vary. We're not going to put out a jacket that's like completely trashed unless like the Grateful Dead. Like if this jacket was perfect, I wouldn't have made a note to let y'all know that it has a few seam splits. So the jackets, I mean, if you're very curious, you have to ask. However, This is a very fast-paced show, so everybody kind of assumes the jackets are okay, and I make note if it's damaged, you know. And most of the time you can get a good look at it to begin with. So Brent Rabley wants the Grateful Dead. But yeah, all the vinyl, and then we'll do something. We'll do some crates where I'm telling the grade of every record individually, which we'll do that on some of the check condition. But everybody that's kind of used to our shows know everything in here is pretty nice. You know, nothing really bad. Okay, where did I get to? I think I got to Scream and Fairport Convention. Chris Squire. This is just a recap. So if you're just hopping on and you want any prices, you have to let me know. Chris Squire, Rick Wakeman. The Scream price is $24.99. Andy Summers and Robert Fripp. Then when you get into a batch of a few Christmas records here, this is a Merry Christmas box set. Elvis, Anne Murray, Tennessee Ernie Ford, Christmas Music, The Joy of Christmas, Rick Wakeman, Criminal Record, Yes Drama, A Very Merry Christmas, American Christmas, Great Songs of Christmas, Pete Seinfeld, New Kids on the Block, Yes, Tales from Topographic Oceans, Yes, Going for the One, Yes Album, Jerry Reed, Texas Bound and Flying. That is the live festival compilation. Best of the Louvin Brothers, Perry Como Christmas, Many Moods of Christmas, Bing Crosby Christmas. That's another Christmas comp. That one don't really have a name. The Wonderful World of Christmas. The Wonderful World of Christmas, that must be a different volume, or maybe just a different cover. Many Moods of Christmas again, and A Very Merry Christmas. We've got lots of Christmas albums. Michael Bohannon wants Perry Como, and Chad Kerfoot wants the Scream record. That is sold to Chad Kerfoot. All right, let me grab a new crate. That was a overload of Christmas. I got a crate of new vinyl. I think this is the last crate of new vinyl I have. I'm going to get some new auction started as well. New vinyl here. So this is all new and sealed. First thing we need to do, though, is put up a new auction. Let's see what I have. I'm about to go grab a new crate because I know we have some really good stuff in that other crate. But I have some Claptons without Obies, Vandenberg, Bob Seger, Beatles, Christopher Cross. Let's do this Doobie Brothers. I don't see it too often. And I got some like bluegrass Japanese records. And Corey Hart. Let's do these. The Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. This is a Japanese 2LP. The Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour with Obi and inserts. That's a $35 start. The Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. And we have Corey Hart, Boy in the Box. Another near mint Japanese record, complete with Obi and the inserts. That is a $35 start. Corey Hart. 35 on Corey Hart and 35 on Doobie Brothers. All right. We have the new Tom Petty live at the Fillmore. This is $59.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live at the Fillmore. The legendary 1997 residency hits, deep cuts, and classic covers. 33 songs on 3 LPs, 2.5 hours of music. The quote from Tom Petty on the Hype sticker reads, "We all feel this might be the high point of our time together as a group." $59.99. $59.99. So the pre-order for that was Shepard Michael, Jerry Stone, Jeff Helton, Sherry Darnell, Cameron Nance, and Kevin Kubina. Shepard Michael, Jerry Stone, Jeff Helton, Sherry Darnell, Cameron Nance, and Kevin Kubina. So the new Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live album. 3 LPs. 3 LPs. Scott Smith, your deluxe box set will be here on Monday. We won't get that until next week's invoice, but we had somebody pre-order the super deluxe box. Look at that artwork. That is amazing. That's a new release for, I think technically that come out yesterday. Street date on that. Tom Petty live at the Fillmore, 1997. That's some awesome artwork. That'd be a very cool t-shirt, poster, etc. Guy Goodman wants one. 3 LPs, live Tom Petty. They say that's a fantastic concert. $59.99. We have a restock. Chris Crowley also wants one of Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone. I didn't think I'd ever see this again. Michael Bohannon also wants a Tom Petty. I have one left. Slipknot, we had a waiting list for this. It's been a while. Rich Hopkins, Brent Rabley. I had you down for 2. Kevin Jordan and Gary Hackett. Rich Hopkins, Brent Rabley, Kevin Jordan, and Gary Hackett. Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone, and this is the orange vinyl, $36.99. $36.99 for Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone. I have 4 of those, 5 of those. I have 4 of those available. One Tom Petty left. Duran Duran, Future Past, the complete edition, 2 LPs on red and green vinyl, and 2 art booklets. Don't have a price on that. I don't know where that came from. I don't remember ordering that. Greg wants a Slipknot. Greg Hagewood on Slipknot. No bids yet on these auctions. I'm going to go ahead and end them then. If anybody wants Corey Hart, you can buy that for $35. I'm going to set it right over here. $35 on Corey Hart and $35 on the Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour. 35 and 35 if anybody wants those. 35, 35. Here's something else I didn't think would ever come back in. 1972, The Black Crowes, $28.99. Let me read the waiting list for this. Paul Beal, Kevin Tays, Michael Potts, and Rob Scheffler. Paul Beal, Kevin Tays, Michael Potts, and Rob Scheffler. I thought this was like maybe a one and done, because when they shipped this, after it was gone, it was over. Like you couldn't even back order it. So they put it out. Then it came back up where you could, and I definitely back ordered it. So it's not like a new SKU or anything, but there for the while I was worried it was like a one and done pressing. Tina Williams also wants a Slipknot. Black Crowes, Jeff McIntosh, Dwayne Sevilla, and Alan Johnson. Those are all very quickly gone. I only had 3 of them. If anybody else wants one, let me know, because this has been hard to get. I will do a wait list for it, and I'm definitely going to try to order more, because I actually have never had this in the store. And as you see, those 3 copies went extremely fast. So, David, if you want on that waiting list, sure thing. There's more Neil Young, new album. I actually got 3 of those, 1 from one distributor and 2 from another. New studio album. If you don't have one of those already, those are $49.99 or $54.99. $54.99. David wants on the Black Crowes wait list. Chad Kerfoot wants on that wait list. Paul Bill says, I forgot about that one, but he's glad it came in. Okay, this next. Bill Fratsky wants a Slipknot. I have 2, 4, 6 copies. They're $36.99. Live Throwing Copper. Excuse me, they're $33.99. Live Throwing Copper. It's actually a 25th anniversary edition with 3 bonus songs. That is $33.99. Live Throwing Copper. Let me read this list, okay? This is everybody who's already bought one. Jeff Dedman, Josh Iannuzzi, Chuck Wilson, Jason Fornerat, Greg Hagewood, Paul Brothers, Richard Davis, Greg Preston, Dwayne Vick, Whitney Croy, Sherry Darnell, Bob Reiger, Chris Kirkley, John Miller, Paul Bill, Kevin Jordan got 2, George Buchanan, Chris DeMoss, Jeff McIntosh, Josh Duvall, he got 2, Terry Myers, Kelly McDonald, Rich Record, Joe Barrios, David Schroeder, Walt Cruz, More or Less, Matt Stafford, Kevin Schreiner, Brent Kay, Kenny Bell, and Eric Fisher. That is Live Throwing Copper. I have 6 on hand. I need to order more, obviously. And if we happen to sell out, if anybody wants on that wait list, go ahead and let me know. This is Live Throwing Copper. So, first one is, where did I get to here? David on Black Crowes waiting list. So is David. Chad Kerfoot also wants on that. I pulled Bill Fratsky, Slipknot. Jamie Butler, that's Black Crowes 1972. Linda Hasty gets a Throwing Copper. Next was David Schroeder, but he's already on the list. Michael Bohannon wants one. Kyle Morgan wants one. Did I not? These people are saying not on the list. So we took down names that night, and then I copied all these from a post. So we either didn't get your name, or, but yeah, I went back through the course, we had a list that night, and then I went through the post twice. So this should be everybody. I'm positive. What's that? Yeah. Right. That's right. Yeah, Alex, yeah, because I pulled Kyle Morgan. We have William Simmons next, and then Brent Rabley and Alex Roman. They were next. Brent Rabley and Alex Roman. So you do get one. The people that thought they were on the list do get one. That was, I tried not to do that. I showed it live. I showed live and said we were getting them, and then we took a list. I usually don't do that because there's confusion and people maybe thought they commented live or they thought maybe they already commented on the post. So I usually either make a post or I show it live for the first time. I rarely do both unless I'm expecting an exorbitant amount of them, and then I put it back up. All right. Eric Fisher, you're on the list. Throwing copper is $33.99. They're all gone. But we can start a waiting list because I will definitely order another. I'll put in for another 20 tonight probably. Okay, next new record is Rush Moving Pictures. This is actually a half-speed master on white vinyl, $49.99. So what I understand, this was a website exclusive. And somehow some of our distributors got them because they popped up on Rush's website, and then we were able to order them. Limited edition white vinyl. It's Rush Moving Pictures. It's a half-speed master on white vinyl, $49.99. I hear this is a very good pressing, $49.99. Michael Potts wants one. I have 2 left. I obviously ordered a few thinking I might sell probably a couple. I'm going to keep one, but if I sell these last 2, that's okay because I think I can get more as of right now. Linda Hasty wants one. I have 1 left. Miley Cyrus, $29.99. I don't think we've ever had this, and I think it's been out of print for quite some time. Miley Cyrus, Younger Now, $29.99. David Howard gets the last rush. That's okay. I'm going to cross my fingers on that one. Moving Pictures. David, have you listened to this album before? I'm just curious. That's a joke. Wow. It's like gives me goosebumps just holding this. Donnie Moore on Miley Cyrus. And Rush Waitlist. Sure thing, because I'm definitely going to try to get more, Joe. So put Joe Barrios down on the wait list. If anybody else, speak now. Pure Cult. This is $36.99. Chris Kirkley, I've got you down for one. Cult, Pure Cult, the singles, $36.99. I have 2 left in here. And I have 3 Days Grace 1X, $29.99. Their triple platinum album, including the #1 hits, Animal I've Become, Never Too Late, and Pain. That is $29.99. Joe Barrios on the Rush wait list. Dwayne Sevilla on the Rush wait list. Ron Phillips on the Rush wait list. Walt Cruz wants a copy of The Cult. Chad, I heard it once when I was in college. Yep. What an album. Okay, this is a new single from Chris Stapleton, I'm a Ram. These are $11.99. Chris Stapleton, I've got several. Linda Lamb, if you're watching. Linda Lamb, I've already got one pulled for you. Chris Stapleton, I'm a Ram. New single, $11.99. Chris Stapleton. I'm a Ram, $11.99 on those. Let me go grab some cherry pies. Or Josh or Ed, if one of y'all, they're in the black crate, just reach in there and grab me a handful of them because there's probably some people watching who don't have them yet. Chris Stapleton, I'm a Ram. These are $11.99. Jerry Wallace wants one. New Chris Stapleton single. The Rush was the white vinyl half-speed master. White vinyl half-speed master. They're $49.99. Okay, if anybody don't have one of these already, I've been selling some of these on eBay, just like all the other Warren albums. I order plenty, enough for everybody, and also these have gone pricey. Mine, if anybody wants one, $39.99. I've sold some on eBay for as much as $60. The Warrant Dog Eat Dog, You know, I had like 7 or 8 people cancel on that one because we pre-sold almost 100. I've been selling Warrant Dog Eat Dog. I've sold them for 105, 95, 95, 95, 95. I've sold one for 85, and I sold another one for 90. And Warrant Cherry Pie, I still got like an entire crate full of these. I'm willing to sell to y'all for $39.99. eBay price, they're $50 and up for what I've sold several. But I've mostly been selling Warrant Dog Eat Dog on there. And I don't have any more of Warrant Dog Eat Dog. I've sold the last one for $95 to somebody in Australia last night. $39.99. I would get these while you can. I have plenty. So I was like amazed when I got 150 from one distributor. And, you know, the other 150 I was telling you about was supposed to come this week. They didn't even show up on my on my invoice in my cart. So that means I didn't get any allocation from them. So I was amazed when I got an email that morning and she was like, "Are you sure you want 150 of these?" And I was like, "Yes." So, okay, Alex Roman on Chris Stapleton. Alex Roman on Chris Stapleton. Bill Fratsky wants 2 warrants. Eric Fisher wants 1. And Walt Cruz wants 1. I have an entire crate behind the counter. They're $39.99. And that's a Colectco live price. Because I've been listing them for $50 on eBay. So, of course, after fees, I'm getting like 45 maybe. Or 44. But they're selling on there really fast. I'm not really in a hurry to put them on there either. If they start selling for like 100, like Dog Eat Dog, for sure. Second request, how to move to Facebook. Yes, you got Tom Petty. Tom Petty's $59.99. I have 1 copy left. Tom Petty, new album, Live at the Fillmore, 3 LP. Recap of this crate, $59.99. Donnie Moore wants a cherry pie. Those are limited to 1,500 on like a gold swirl vinyl. If anybody else wants one, let me know before they're all gone. Because that's a limited. I hope that they press that stuff on black vinyl. I hope they press that stuff on black vinyl. So they'll always be in print. Let's see. Chandler Harris on Tom Petty. I don't have any more cherry pies over here. So they're behind the counter. So Chandler gets this. Jamie Butler, that was my last copy. If you want a copy, I will have to put you on a wait list. I'm definitely going to order more anyway, but they're $59.99. Tom Petty, Live at the Fillmore. This was a pre-order, by the way. I had several people on that. $59.99. Yeah, so what I've always told people is the music on vinyl stuff, I'll post a pre-order, the limited stuff. By the way, I hope that you always order it through me, but we've had people message us this week saying, Amazon canceled my pre-order. And it's been regular customers, and we've had a lot of new people that we've never heard from before that's messaged our page. I guess words kind of got out. We got a bunch of these. But if you order anything from Amazon, which I hope you don't, as far as a pre-order, if it's music on vinyl, you're probably not going to get it. Limited stuff, especially something like Warrant. So they usually, I don't think music on vinyl ships to Amazon before it does independent stores, which is a good thing. Last copy of Slipknot, $36.99. Yes, Tom Petty is 3 records, $59.99. If anybody wants on that waiting list, let me know. Neil Young is $54.99. But what I was saying is, if any time we pre-sell a record and then we have some that's like canceled and, they're a $100 record, at that point, we're going to put them on Discogs. That's what we do. We're a record store. We sell stuff for whatever it's selling for. But obviously, I'm not going to get in a bunch of new warrants and then charge y'all $70 for them. So I'll charge whatever the suggested price is. Molly Cyrus, $29.99. But after they're all gone, they're definitely going to go up. Once they're all sold out, then they're probably going to be expensive. The Cult is $36.99. Molly Cyrus is $29.99. And I have 2 copies of 3 Days Grace, $29.99. John Stites also wants a Warrant Cherry Pie. You'll have to grab that one, Tanner. Okay, that crate was a good one. Those are not much left in there. That was some big titles. Let me start with a next new crate of vintage. Let's go through this one. New crate of vintage here. So, Chris Kirkley, I already have you down for one unless you want another one. I already have you down for one unless you want another one. I've already went through the live throwing copper list. Black Crow 72, Slipknot, No Doubt, Elvis Costello, Lou Reed, Neil Young, and Tom Petty. 70s and 80s collected. AC/DC came in for Joe Valentine, Joan Jett, Top 2000, Queen 7-inch single, and Jimi Hendrix came in for Guy Goodman and R.J. Myers. Guy Goodman and R.J. Myers. Your Jimi Hendrix LA Forum came in. Auctions, yes. Let me see what's left in this crate. And I'm going to probably go grab that new box over there. Let's see here. Let me see what I have here. Gloria Estefan. Yeah, I'll have to show this one. I have to go get a new crate. Gloria Estefan, Let It Loose. And the Miami Sound Machine. That's a $35 start. Shrink Wrap and Obi. That's a $35 start. Eric Beck says, pull me a No Doubt. No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom are right over here. Let me grab this one out of here, Tanner. $36.99 if anybody don't have one before. I don't know if I can get that out. They're in that green crate right there, Tanner. Okay. Eric, I've got you one of those pulled. New crate of vintage. I have no idea what's in here. We're about to find out together. Bay City Rollers, dedication, $9.99. Bay City Rollers. Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line, $19.99. Boy, that's nice. Original Columbia Stereo 2i, $19.99 for Johnny Cash. The Pastoral Symphony from Walt Disney's Fantasia, $19.99. This is an old flip-back cover, 1961. $19.99. Conway Twitty, The Rock and Roll Story. Conway Twitty is $14.99. Eric Beck. Was that a reply to me or Eric Beck? I meant Eric Beck. I may have said Eric Fisher. Eric Beck with the No Doubt. Bay City Rollers, sold to Francis Drennan. Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, the best of Johnny Cash, $19.99. The Johnny Cash Show is $14.99. Merle Haggard, Keep Moving On, $19.99. Merle Haggard, Going Where the Lonely Go is $14.99. Gold stamp promo on that one. Merle Haggard, My Farewell to Elvis, that is sealed, $29.99. Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence. Sounds of Silence, $14.99. That's nice. Eric Fisher says, put me down for one if I'm not on the list. You're not. So we also need one of those pulled for Eric Fisher, please. Paul Simon, Still Crazy After All These Years, $19.99. Santana, Welcome, $19.99. Country Western Radio is $14.99. And Rick Wakeman, The Myths and Legends of King Arthur is $19.99. Steve Ziman wants The Sounds of Silence. Sell that to Steve Ziman. Chad, you have Def Leppard Hysteria. No, I don't. Def Leppard Hysteria is not in stock right now. They hadn't pressed those in over a year and a half. And original copies, because of that, have got hard to get and quite pricey. If anybody wants Gloria Estefan, $35. Let me go grab the other crate of Japanese vinyl I've been talking about in the back right quick. So let me show a few more records first. The Ventures Play Telstar, that's $9.99. And the Everly Brothers is $19.99. Maureen McGovern, The Morning After, $9.99. Marilyn Martin, gold stamp promo, includes the single Night Moves, $9.99. And John Mayall, Empty Rooms, $24.99. Let me go grab that other crate of Japanese stuff right quick. How's the Vols doing? Good. Everybody still with me? How did I get through there? There we go. I'm going through this crate. Let me make some room here. Thank you, Tanner. I need to actually move that right here so I can get to it. So let me see. I've got a crate. I'm not going to go through that one tonight because it's not priced. I've got a crate of some metal. Well, there's all kinds of stuff, but there's one crate with some newer metal records. That's a Japanese crate. And are these priced? I think I may have walked back there for nothing. Yeah, these are priced. All right. Then I got 2 whole crates up here. I'm out of breath after doing that. Let's see if I missed anything. This might be a long shot, but do you have any Lillian acts? No, I don't. You're not the first person who's asked either, but I don't have any. Donnie Moore said he'd give 30 for this. Sell that to Donnie Moore, Tanner. 30 for Gloria Estefan. Guy Goodman on JM. I think that's John Mayall. Let me pull that for Guy Goodman. John Mayall, that's sold to Guy Goodman. Jeff McMaster wants Johnny Cash. Jeff, there's several. There's Johnny Cash. There was several. Johnny Cash Show, Ring of Fire, The Best of Johnny Cash, and I Walk the Line. Those are all still available, Jeff. Let me know. LSU was losing. Metal, do you happen to have Live Secret Samadhi? No, I don't think that. We just have Throwing Copper. That just came back in stock, but I don't think they've pressed Secret Samadhi in a long time either. Jeff McMaster wants to Walk the Line. Is the Black Hole soundtrack still available for $10 from Last Night Part 2? Yes, it is. I probably can get to that pretty easily, too, if you want me to look for that after the show. Okay, next 2 Japanese auctions. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight is a $45 start, near mint Japanese pressing. And Toto, Isolation, in shrink wrap. Obi, really nice copy. That is a $35 start. $45 on Cheap Trick, $35 on Toto. Michael Murphy, Swans Against the Sun is $9.99. The Sound of Music is $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. Leon Redbone is $19.99. The Police, Ghost in the Machine is $24.99. Alabama is $9.99. Merry Christmas, Brenda Lee, $9.99. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, $34.99. Bob Dylan, John Wesley Hardin, that is $49.99. This is a really top copy of this. Yeah, that's immaculate, including the cover. Ernest Tubbs Golden Favorites, this is $9.99. Mel McDaniel, Stand Up, is $14.99. Bob Seger, Live Bullet, is $29.99. And Cheap Trick at Budokan, $19.99. The Other Side, Rock Xing, or Rock Crossing, maybe is how you read that one, $19.99. Peter Uniston. Is that what that says? Unistov, maybe. The Brilliant Humorist, $19.99. Kyle Morgan's at $45 on Cheap Trick. That's going once, going twice to Kyle Morgan for $45. And Toto, looking for a $35 start on that. Got any Tor in that middle crate? I don't believe so. For anybody kind of watching for the first time, just so you know how our show works, we pretty much just show whatever pops up in these crates. We've got about 100,000 LPs probably. We price several hundreds every day, and we show them live here on Facebook and YouTube. Several hundreds. Every time we have a new show, it's pretty much new records. I bought all these at some point in a collection or collections, and since then, I have never seen these again. We go out, we buy thousands, we put them out and we price them. So I really don't know really what we're about to sell, and I also have no idea what we have. It's just kind of whatever pops up. Some things I know, like somebody asked about Def Leppard Hysteria, I would know if we have a copy of that. Some other things, I have no idea. We honestly, there's impossible. Y'all have no idea how it's just stacked up everywhere. Laverne and Shirley Sing, $19.99. Kansas Monolith is $19.99. ZZ Top Afterburner, $24.99 on ZZ Top. And the Radiator, Zigzagging Through Ghostland, that is $19.99. Bay City Rollers, It's a Game, $9.99. And Evita, that is $29.99. We're going to sell Kyle Morgan Cheap Trick for $45. If anybody wants Toto, you can buy that for $35. Toto's a buy it now for $35. Let me grab two new records out of here. We have The Very Best of Deep Purple, and we have Kiss Asylum. Kiss Asylum. Deep Purple. This is When We Rock, When We Rock, We Rock. It's a LP compilation. That is a $45 start. $45 start on Deep Purple. And Kiss Asylum is a $65 start. Kiss Asylum is a $65 start. Really nice Japanese pressing of that. 65 on that, and I think I just said 45 on Deep Purple. Yeah, 45 and 65. Francis Drennan on Bay City Roller. That's so to Francis Drennan. Next is Original Radio Broadcast. Lassie Radio Broadcast. That is sealed. Never seen that before. $29.99. The Surfers Hit Movie Songs from Exotic Islands is $14.99. Sweet Love Feelings, Jerry Reed is $14.99. Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland, $9.99. Judy Garland, the ABC collection, that is sealed, $19.99. Judy Garland, I Feel a Song Coming On, that is also sealed, $19.99. Sonny Rollins, the Blue Note reissue series, $29.99. Michael Murphy, Blue Sky Night Thunder is $12.99. Lisa and Cult Jam with Full Force, that is $19.99. Jerry Wallace, Over the Rainbow, that is sold to Jerry Wallace. Donnie Moore was second. Yvette was third. ZZ Top, El Loco is $32.99. Soul Asylum, While You Were Out, $49.99. Wow, this is pretty cool. Soul Asylum, $49.99. That's in shrink wrap. 60 Million Buffalo is $24.99. We have Lisa. Let's see. Lisa, that was Lisa and Cult Jam. That was Donnie Moore. Jeff McMaster on Soul Asylum. Feel like we should have put that up for auction. Sell that to Jeff McMaster. Walt Cruz was second. Adam Stein was third. A Clockwork Orange is $19.99. John Anderson of Yes is $14.99. Patrick Moraz, Out in the Sun, is $14.99. Rick Wakeman is $24.99. Steel Eye Span is $19.99. And we have Pentangle Sweet Child, $39.99. Pentangle Sweet Child. Wolves Council, I will pull that for you. Make a note for Wolves Council Black Hole soundtrack. Scott Smith on JA, that was John Anderson. Jeffrey Walker was first to A Clockwork Orange. All right, let me go back through that crate very quickly one more time and read titles. No bids on these, so if anybody wants Kiss, $65 buy it now. If anybody wants Deep Purple, $45 buy it now. Those are buy it now, buy it now. The Pastoral Symphony, if you want price on anything, just let me know. Conway Twitty, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Paul Simon, Santana, Country Western Radio Broadcast, Rick Wakeman, The Ventures, The Everly Brothers, Maureen McGovern, Marilyn Martin, Michael Murphy, The Sound of Music, Leon Redbone, The Police, Alabama, Merry Christmas Brenda Lee, Bob Dylan. Kiss is $65, Alan, $65. Bob Dylan, Ernest Tubb, Mel McDaniel, Bob Seger, Cheap Trick, The Other Side, Peter Udastov. I think Craig told me the pronunciation on that earlier. Laverne and Shirley, Kansas, ZZ Top, The Radiators, Evita, Lassie Original Radio Broadcast, The Surfers, Jerry Reed, Judy Garland, Sonny Rollins, Michael Murphy, ZZ Top, 60 Million Buffalo, Patrick Moraz, Rick Wakeman, Steel Eye Span, and the Pentangle. I will do $60 on Kiss if you want that. I will do $60 on Kiss. ZZ Top is $32.99. McGovern is $9.99. All right, let me grab Let me keep this crate where I can get to it. That's our Japanese auctions I'm picking stuff out of. I'm also having trouble breathing. Did you say Vita? I did. Right here. It is $29.99. Alan said sold. Sell him Kiss for $60. What was the second ZZ Top? There was El Loco for $32.99 and Afterburner for $24.99. And yes, McGovern was $9.99. Rydell Martin. All right, let me go through this bin. I think this is the one that has some damaged records. Yeah. All right, so this is going to be kind of an interesting crate, but I feel like y'all are going to... Hendry needs a Warrant Cherry Pie. We can do that. And Yvette wants Evita. All right. So that's sold Yvette. Hendry needs a Warrant Cherry Pie. I don't have those in front of me, but we will pull one for you. Jesse Hood wants Johnny Cash Ring of Fire. That's sold to Jesse Hood. And Chad Kerfoot wants ZZ Top El Loco. ZZ Top El Loco. Sell that to Chad Kerfoot. Okay, and then Rydell Martin, let me know if you end up wanting the Marine McGovern. All right. So this is actually an original pressing. This is an OG Beastie Boys, licensed to Eel, original inner sleeve. It's in pretty beat up condition, as in like trashed, okay? As in, I don't think you want to play it, but you may want to like just look at it, okay? I mean, if you have like a Crosley, you probably can play it. If you have something pretty sensitive, I mean, I was trying to feel these marks and I couldn't, but even though it's like really, really ugly looking. So I rarely bring out any kind of record like this for sale unless it's something like this. $1 start. This is an original copy of the Beastie Boys, licensed to Eel. $1 start on that. It's like poor fair plus, or whatever grade people start using for stuff that low. It's less than VG minus, I'll put it that way. $1 start on that. Retro Class said yes on the Marine McGovern. Let me find that. This is sold to Rydell Martin. Okay, these next records are only going to be $5. They're like what I consider some really good records, and they were returned for like imperfections or weird things, okay? But they're $5 because they might be like, well, I'll have to explain them one at a time. But these first few records are $5. The first one here is Def Leppard, which is supposed to be a triple LP. This has disc 1 and 2 disc 2s. So pretty much you're getting 2/3 of the concert. These are originally $30 new. Def Leppard is $5 if anybody wants that. $5 on that. This has a light edge warp, which is a Japanese pressing of Wham, Edge of Heaven, which, you know, these edge warps, they usually cause the first couple tracks to mess up, and then the rest of the album's okay. So this probably, you're getting like 80% of an album, which I think we originally sold this for $55. So Wham is $5, has an edge warp. I'm going to leave these stickers on here too, so everybody knows what's wrong with it whenever you get it. That's why they're $5. Sonny Rollins, same thing, edge warp. It's really hard, you know, when we're examining thousands of records a day, sometimes, which he does. I mean, he prices several hundreds a day. But, I mean, this thing has like a light. It's very, very light. So that's only $5. These are $5, by the way. Okay, first of all, let me update the Beastie Boys. We got $1, $1, $1.25, which I prefer only $1 bid increments, by the way. Chandler Harris is $2. Tommy Flowers is first to Def Leppard. So Tanner, Def Leppard is $5. That's sold to Tommy Flowers. Arm Lozelle's at $5 on the Beastie Boys. Derek Hartman wants the Wham. That's $5. And Tommy Flowers wants Sonny Rollins. That's $5. Derek Hartman was third. Alan Johnson's third, and Adam Stein was fourth. David C's at 6 on the Beastie Boys. Bobby Brown, I forgot. I think this is another edge warp, maybe. Yeah, lightly warped. So that's $5 for Bobby Brown. These I've never put out for sale, but these are VG minus copies of, we have Van Halen Fair Warning. Pretty low grade record. That's $5. It's actually been cleaned. I ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner, but they just didn't help too much. And AC/DC is also $5. And this is like a VG minus, okay? Like minus. Those are $5. I wouldn't play those on something that, if you got like a $500 cartridge, I would avoid that. So, those are $5 records. Beastie Boys 6, Chad 35 for Deep Purple. I will take $40 for Deep Purple, Chris. $40. Chandler's at 6 on the Beastie Boys. Chandler's at 7. Tommy Flowers first on Bobby. That's a $5 record. Jeff McMaster was second. David C. first on Van Halen. That's $5. Arm Lazelle's at 8 on the Beastie Boys. R.J. Myers, you were second on Van Halen. Wayne Carr was first to AC/DC. That's $5. This is pretty interesting. This is $5. It's a brand new copy of Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies that was stuck in Stevie Ray Vaughan in step. So the buyer thought they were buying Stevie Ray Vaughan, and it's a near mint, brand new copy of Band of Gypsies, 180 grams. So pretty much $5 for Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. I just have the wrong jacket for it. That's sold to Brian Hummel. $5 on that. John Stevens was second. Eric Wayne was third. So you're getting Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. That's your vinyl, and you're getting it in a Stevie Ray Vaughan in-step cover. So that goes to Brian Hummel. John Stevens second, Eric Wayne third, Jeff Master fourth, Tommy Flowers fifth. Top Gun, Japanese pressing. This is worth $5 just for the cover. Side A, track 3, fillable line scratch that runs along the circumference of the disc. And it's a weird looking, strange mark on there that is pretty tough to see. But the rest of the album's good, especially side B. So $5 for that. We originally sold that for, I think, over $50. Top Gun, $5. That's sold to Eric Wayne. And where are we at on the Beastie Boys? This is a poor copy of the Beastie Boys. Not a bad cover, though. I mean, and it has the original inner sleeve if you need an upgrade or anything. Arm Lazelle's at $8, going once, going twice. Tron, this has a pressing defect on side 2, which, yeah, this was something at the factory. I mean, they opened this brand new. You can't feel that, but it's a pretty noticeable scuff. It's a non-feeler, though. Tron, and these were originally like $59.99. That's $5. That's Rydell Martin's. And Paul Abdul, no visual scratches detected, gets stuck in the groove and repeats on side 1, track 3 at the end. So that is $5. Yeah, I mean, this record is weird. I mean, it looks like it's brand new. So you're probably getting like a 95% really good record on that one too. Chandler Harris is 9 on Beastie Boys. Eric Wayne's at 9. Jay's first on Tron. That's $5. Paul Bill wants Paul Abdul. That's $5. The last $5 record I have is Michael Bolton. No visual scratches, just had some pops. So this one was pretty much returned because I advertised it as near mint. I think it has some hidden noise, as I call it. Has some pops, maybe a skip, Josh just said. So yeah, $5 on that. Tommy Flowers. That was all my $5 discount, return, weird, crazy records I had to sell. Beastie Boys is at 10 of Arm Lazelle. Let me see if I can get a new Japanese record up. Somebody asked for Elton John. How about Rock of the Westies? Elton John, Rock of the Westies. This is a $35 start. This is near mint with Obi. Elton John, Rock of the Westies. That's a $35 start. Has the original lyric insert. Very cool. And inner sleeve. That's $35 start. Okay, the rest of these are just ready to go. The Michael Bolton. Yes, actually, Michael Bolton records are heavily requested. I don't really get them too often. 42-0. Maybe we can shut out Vanderbilt. That would actually be a good way to end the regular season. ever since all week, people saying we're going to lose this game. All right, let me take a drink of water before I go any further in this crate. I do have some Japanese bluegrass. Give me a second on those. I may just show those straight up by now here in a minute, Brian. Give me a minute. It's only 10 till 9 or 7 till 9. If they shut them out, 30% off everything in the store. No, I'm not willing to do that. Although that wouldn't be... Or if Vanderbilt scores, you get an additional 10% added to your invoice off the top. So are y'all willing to take that bet? If Vanderbilt scores points, whatever your invoice is, we added 10%. Or if Tennessee shuts them out, we'll do 30% off. Whew. I don't know if some people would like that. Okay, Helix is $19.99. This is in shrink wrap. I actually got 2 copies. They're both in shrink wrap. They're both from the Memphis collection. They're both near mint. Helix, Walking the Razor's Edge. I have 2 of those, $19.99. I Left My Heart in San Francisco, Tony Bennett, $9.99. Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, $14.99. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, that is $39.99, the Big Beat. That is a Japanese pressing. Third World, Rock the World, is $14.99. And Rads, Scream of the Real. Rads is $14.99. If you're just joining us, this is a bin of stuff from, y'all remember the Memphis collection? This is the Memphis collection. Update on the Beastie Boys. Arm Lazelle's at $10, going twice, going 3 times. Elton John, Rock of the Westies, is a $35 start. That's going twice, going 3 times. Did I even say we had a Vandenberg pressing? Did I say that with tonight? I guess I did. Let me figure out where that is, because I remember maybe mentioning that the other night. Let me see if it's in this crate. Vandenberg. And then I got the bluegrass in this same crate. Probably after I auction this one, I will just show the rest of that one. Break tonight or no break? Yes, we're going to pause at 9:30. This is Vandenberg, Heading for a Storm. About VG Plus on the Japanese quality. It's actually a really clean record. $35 start for that. Mia Willis wants Art Blakey. Sell that to Mia Willis. Next is Metallica, Kill 'Em All. This is a near mint used copy. $24.99, near mint. I hate saying the word used, but we'll say it's a near mint open copy. $24.99. Green Bullfrog, which I think is a band Richie Blackmore played with Albert Lee or something. I mean, it looked like there was some pretty incredible people on this record. $19.99. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. That's a new sealed copy. $38.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Monuments to an Elegy. This is $24.99. Steve Perry, Traces. $59.99. Steve Perry, Traces. That is new and sealed. $59.99. Prince is $14.99. I Would Die for You and Another Lonely Christmas. Prince is $14.99. Black Sabbath Greatest Hits is $44.99. Prime Cuts from Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors, is $14.99. Billy Idol, To Be a Lover, is $14.99. And King Crimson is a VG Plus $74.99. That's an OG. Tommy Green is at $40 on Vandenberg. Let's go ahead and sell Arm Lazelle Beastie Boys for $10. Vandenberg's at $40, going once, going twice. Paul Beal gets Smashing Pumpkins. That's sold to Paul Beal. Carlos Diaz is first on Billy Idol. Walt Cruz was second. Arm Lazelle was third. Behemoth, Zatika Cultus, $29.99. Behemoth. Outcast, Aquamini is $49.99. Iggy and the Stooges, Rare Power, $24.99. The Stooges, Have Some Fun, live at Unganos, $24.99. Black Sabbath Paranoid, $39.99. That's an older pressing of that. Not like vintage, but like 2012-ish. Kind of older, still sealed. The Stooges Funhouse, $29.99. Goat Whore, A Haunting Curse, $24.99. Testament, Formation of Damnation, is $29.99. Creator, The Noise Records Anthology, $34.99. These are all new and sealed right here. All these are new and sealed. Metallica and Justice for All is $39.99. Goat Horror, what's this one called? 20, I don't know. It's $29.99. Destruction, Release from Agony is $29.99. Sodom, $49.99. Obituary is $29.99. And Blizzard Beast, and this is Immortal, $39.99. Let's sell. Tommy Green, you get Vandenberg for $40. If anybody wants Elton John, it's a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now on Elton John. Richard Davis on Destruction. That was right here, Release from Agony. That's sold to Richard Davis. How much is that Prince? $14.99. Clay Moore wants one of the Helixes we showed earlier. I'll sell one of those to Clay Moore. And let me go through that crate one more time. That was some good stuff from the Memphis collection. Chad, if you have any America, I'm in for it. Let me put up a couple new Japanese auctions. I guess Jack Suslak got off, or maybe he wasn't interested in that one. I do have a Japanese press of Song Remains the Same, no Obi, and I have a copy of David Bowie's Stage Japanese press. So very hard to find a U.S. pressing of this that's not noisy. I'm pretty sure they're all noisy, even if you opened up a sealed copy. Which, by the way, I've never seen a sealed copy of Song Remains the Same, an original copy. I've seen some like reissues with barcodes, but this is a Japanese press, so if you want a nice, quiet, clean sounding Song Remains the Same, I recommend the Japanese pressings or a new box set. This is a $55 start, 2 LP. It has the booklet with it and the Japanese insert. By the way, the quality on this one is just better. I mean, it's just better made than the U.S. version. It's Japanese. 2 LPs, they're near mint. Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same. No Obi. Of course, we've sold copies with Obi of this for over 100. So that's $55. Song Remains the Same. And David Bowie's Stage. Same thing. For some reason, the U.S. pressing of this is always kind of beat up. But this is a live David Bowie. Orange RCA label. Has the insert. Really nice copy. Pretty strong cover. That's a $45 start on David Bowie Stage. $45 start on that. Greg Waits wants the Prince. That's sold to Greg Waits. Is Rock You on the Helix album. I'm about to tell you that in 5/4. Yes, it's the first track. I have one copy of that left, Rydell Martin. That's a vintage copy. I just had 2 of them. Is Iggy Rare Power sealed? Yes, all the sealed stuff here or all the stuff that was right there in the middle was sealed. So Pete is at 65 on Led Zeppelin. Thank you. That's going once, going twice to Pete. So Helix, Tony Bennett is $9.99. Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, $14.99. By the way, this is a crate that I cleaned and priced and looked up and stickered. So everything in here I did. Third World, Rock the World. So I'm kind of more familiar with these if you have questions, because most of these records I just never have seen before. These I actually got to look at and go through. Rydell Martin said he'll take it, so he gets Helix. Led Zeppelin going twice, going 3 times to Pete W. Rads was $14.99. Metallica was $24.99. Jeff McMaster wants Third World. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Chad, we just sold the second copy of Helix and the last copy. Green Bullfrog, $19.99. Pink Floyd, $38.99. Steve Perry. That is colored vinyl, by the way. It's strange. You scan this barcode. I don't know if you can tell unless you open it. But if y'all remember, that's the same record we sold an autographed copy of a couple weeks ago. That's the Steve Perry solo album. It's sealed. It is on some colored vinyl. Some versions are expensive. Some are around the $50, $60 range like that one. So I don't know what you're getting there unless you open it. Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits is $44.99. Chris Wood Sr. wants the Bullfrog. Chris, did you want the Deep Purple Japanese? I never did hear you say yes or no on that one. Prime Cuts from Savoy Brown is $14.99. King Crimson, this is an OG copy. VG Plus, $74.99. It's a 4-digit. That is $44.99. Did you ever auction the Butcher cover? We plan on doing that next week. Probably on Tuesday night or Thursday night sale. Tuesday or Thursday night sale. I have somebody that's, I think, going to go ahead and open it up for $1,500 is what he told me. So I'm probably going to, when I advertise we're going to be auctioning that, there's going to be 1 million people ask how much, and I'm going to say, well, it's an auction. But I've already got some people, I think, that's saying they're ready to start it at 1,500. So that's going to be about the starting bid. My auction estimate, I think it'll bring a couple $1,000s. If not, I'll be disappointed. What label is Sonny and Brownie? It is on A&M Records. It might bring more than that. I don't know. That's why we're going to auction it. But I'd be kind of disappointed if it brought less than 2,000. So, did you say 40? Yes, $40 on that. Behemoth was $29.99. Outcast is $49.99. Iggy and the Stooges Rare Power. That was originally a record store day. $24.99. The Stooges $24.99. Black Sabbath $39.99. Funhouse, the Stooges $29.99. Goat Whore $24.99. Testament $29.99. Creator $34.99. Metallica is $39.99. The other Goat Whore $29.99. Sodom $49.99. Obituary was $29.99, and Immortal Blizzard Beast $39.99. Chris Wood says, take it. Carol Puckett is out of bid for $1,700. Last time I mentioned it, people was already trying to send me bids and bid on it. And I was like, well, I'll just, give me a second, and we'll put it up sometime next week. Pete W is at $65 on Led Zeppelin. Sold. That is sold to Pete W for $65. If anybody wants David Bowie, you can buy it now for $45. David Bowie Stage. I would recommend that. That's for Japanese quality of that. I mean, that's about what we sell U.S. pressings for pretty easily. Is this vintage? This is kind of mixed. It depends on what record you're asking about. There's some sealed stuff. There's some represses. There's some original presses back here on the back. There's some represses that's sealed. There's some reissues. There's technically new releases. So there's a little bit of everything in there. All right, let's grab another crate of new vintage stuff. I'm going to set this one to the side. Let me do one more full crate of vintage, and maybe right before the break, I can flip through some of the Japanese stuff to do buy it nows on. Whoever wins the final bid, the final price. We could do something fun like that. Let me see what I've got over here. I've got more vintage arrivals. Boy, I got crates everywhere we hadn't been through. Let me flip through this one right quick. Make sure there's nothing we want to auction for sure. How much was Black Sabbath? $44.99. Jesse needs to put back the Johnny Cash. And let me put up some new Japanese auctions. That means that when something's put back, that means I got to sell something very fast to make up for it, because that means we're going backwards. I don't like going backwards. We have a really cool Elvis Japanese pressing here. Elvis Volume 3, Golden Records, with a very cool obi. I love this one. Elvis Golden Records Volume 3, rock and roll. This is Japanese pressing. This is a $45 start. Elvis Golden Records Volume 3, $45 start on that. And no obi on this one, unfortunately, but this is one of my favorite Japanese compilations, or I guess compilations, because they released it in the US too. But this is the best of George Harrison. The best of George Harrison. No obi on this one, but really nice. Original inner sleeve, lyric insert, and the vinyl on this is really nice. I think this one, did we make a note on this? Yeah, just this one's really nice. Yeah, I think we had two recently come in. This one's good. All right, so that's a $35 start. $35 start on the best of George Harrison. $45 start on it. Let me read you this track list. This might get you thinking. So this has his Beatles songs and his solo work. Something, If I Needed Someone, Here Comes the Sun, Taxman, Think for Yourself, For You Blue, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, My Sweet Lord, Give Me Love, You, Bangladesh, Dark Horse, and What Is Life. I think I've got like 5 copies of this, because every time we get a nice one, I'm like, I better keep this because I can see myself wearing out like 5 other copies. Best of George Harrison. It's amazing, the songwriting between those 4. $35 start on that. Usually the track list gets that one sold because a lot of people don't realize this Beatles stuff is on there too. Black Sabbath was $44.99. 10 for Savoy Brown. I don't want to, but I will go ahead and sell that to you. I think that's the first vintage record I've discounted all night, but I will go ahead and do that. This one exception. Savoy Brown, sell that to Leslie Silvley for $10. That's sold to Leslie and Gary Silvley for $10. Stooges Funhouse Details. Jeff, that's a new sealed copy. That's a new sealed copy. It's a Rhino vinyl, 180 gram. Wow, Rolling Stone said that's one of the 500 greatest albums of all time. I don't know if I've ever listened to this from like in its entirety. I guess I need to now. They say you got to listen to everything on that list at least once, which I have a feeling I've listened to most things on the Rolling Stones 500 greatest albums, but some of them maybe I haven't. Okay, we have 3 bids on George Harrison. R. Moselle, Tracy Miller, Tom Ulanowski, and then Tracy Miller's back in at 40. And then maybe I need to read the track listings on Elvis. Let's see. Side 1, It's Now or Never. That's a good one. Stuck on You, Fame and Fortune, I Gotta Know, Surrender, I Feel So Bad. That was the tracks on side 1. Really cool cover and Obi. $45 start on that. I'm going to put these away but before they fall over, but one more time in case you missed it. Chris Stapleton, I'm a Ram, 7-inch single, $11.99. $11.99 on that if anybody wants one. I'm going to lay those right over here before they fall off the table. And same thing with the John and Yoko 2 Virgins. It's $99.99. Okay, let's go through this crate. New vintage stuff. The Guess Who number 10, $14.99. The Guess Who number 10, $14.99. Eagles on the Border, $34.99. That's in shrink wrap. Chad Kerfoot wants a Stapleton. The Johnny Cash that was put back was Ring of Fire. Right here. Sorry, Debbie, I missed that comment. Ring of Fire. If you want it, it is $19.99. This is the best of Johnny Cash. Original Columbia 2-eye, near mint. Near mint on that. I'll lay that right there. Chad Kerfoot wants a Stapleton. Tracy Miller, Stapletons are right there, Tanner. Tracy Miller's at 42 on George Harrison. Jackson Brown, For Every Man, is $19.99. Glenn Fry, The All-Nighter, is $19.99. Eagles Desperado, $34.99. Henry Gross, Release, $14.99. We have Savoy Brown, Getting to the Point, $19.99. And a group called Smith, $14.99. Justin Malden said, Roll Tide. Man, what a way to ruin the show. This was sold, Tanner, to Mia Willis, by the way. I laid it up there. That's sold to Mia. Well, that got Michael Bohannon on Desperado. And Armlazel's at 43 on George Harrison. Now, Justin just comes in and throws out a Roll Tide and just kills the entire vibe of the show. The Vols are currently 1-0 against the Tide. And there's nothing you can do to change that. Steven Steele's Illegal Steals is $19.99. Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, is $19.99. Kenny Rogers, Greatest Hits, 20 Greatest Hits. Wow, they put a lot of tracks on that LP. $9.99. I don't know if I see that one too often. Terry Gibbs, Over Easy, $9.99. The Peddlers, Birthday, is $19.99. 10cc, Look Here, $12.99. Badfinger, Say No More, $19.99. Charlie McLean, Too Good to Hurry, is $9.99. And Jesse Coulter, $14.99. Tracy Miller's at 50 on George Harrison. Going once, going twice to Tracy Miller. Mark Chesler said, Go Blue. That's a good way to kill the vibe, too. Randy Scarborough on the Moody Blues. And Jeff McMaster on BF, which was Badfinger. The Main Ingredient, Aphrodisiac. The Main Ingredient, $19.99. Pink Floyd, Umaguma, $54.99. This Memphis stuff, or this Atlanta stuff I watched, because I see a scribble up here, and I was like, well, that doesn't look like Roger Waters, David Gilmour, Nick Mason, Rick Wright, but I don't know. It's just a little scribble up here. That's $54.99. I'm the kind of guy who brightens a room by leaving it. Yeah, that's... How much was Ring of Fire? Did Debbie... I think Debbie said she wanted this, didn't she? She said yes. This is sold. My bad. This is sold to here, to Debbie. Arlen's out on George Harrison. How much was Ring of Fire? Alex, Debbie had already claimed that. Leslie, everything in here is sticker price. And Retro Class Entertainment wants main ingredient. Everything in here is sticker price. The Buggles is $24.99. This is Adventures in what? This is Adventures in Modern Recording. The Buggles. I don't think it's the Bugles, is it? Buggles. Nervous Rex, $14.99. Woody Allen, The Nightclub Years, 1964 to 1968, $24.99. Final Call on George Harrison for $50. Pete Townsend, $24.99. Scoop, Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane, Rough Mix, $14.99. Wishbone Ash, Wishbone 4, that is $19.99. And Every Mother's Son is $19.99. Hendry wants the Buggles. That's sold to Hendry. Next is Paul McCartney, Tug of War, $24.99. Paul McCartney, give my regards to Broad Street, $24.99. The Edgar Winter Group, they only come out at night. The Edgar Winter Group, they only come out at night. That is $19.99. Edgar Winter's White Trash is $19.99. The Swinging Medallion is $24.99. Triumph, The Sport of Kings is $19.99. Saga, Heads or Tails, $14.99. This is Grin, Niles Lofgren, $19.99. Frank Kilpatrick is in on the George Harrison at $55. Woodstock, these are always heavy, $39.99. It's a triple LP. This has the Gold Record Award sticker on it. $39.99 for Woodstock. That one's in really nice condition. And Wings at the Speed of Sound, $24.99 on that. Jeff McMaster on Grin. All right, so Tracy, you're out on George Harrison. First, if anybody wants Elvis, you can buy it now for $45. Elvis Presley and George Harrison is Frank's for $55, and we'll give that a going once, going twice. There was multiple bidders on that earlier. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. If you are interested in anything, just let me know. We have the Guess Who, $14.99. The Eagles, On the Border. Jackson Browne, For Every Man. Glenn Fry, The All-Nighter. Henry Gross, Release. Savoy Brown, Getting to the Point. A group called Smith. Stephen Stills. Kenny Rogers. Terry Gibbs. The Peddlers. 10cc. Charlie McClain. Jesse Coulter. Pink Floyd. Nervous Rex. Woody Allen. Pete Townsend. Wishbone Ash. Every Mother's Son. Paul McCartney. Edgar Winter Group. Edgar Winter. Swinging Medallion. Triumph. Saga. Woodstock, surprisingly still available. And Wings. Let's see. Tom Ulanowski's offering $45 for the Beatles Japanese comp. Sell that to Tom. I have it right somewhere, Tanner. Or did we sell that? What did I do with that one? So we have Elvis for $45. We have David Bowie Stage for $45. Elton John for $35. Toto was $35. Doobie Brothers was $35. Corey Hart was $35. There's the Beatles. Sell this to Tom Ulanowski for $45. That's sold to Tom for $45. Thank you, Tom. And I've got Let It Be for $55. That's the only Beatles now. Beatles is $55. Tracy Miller is back in on George Harrison at $56. Frank Kilpatrick, you're out. By the way, Frank has like a dial-up connection, so his comments take like 8 minutes to come in. So we'll have to give him a couple minutes, Tracy, for him to say in or out. The new Red Hot Chili Peppers is $44.99. Limited edition gold vinyl, which was technically an indie exclusive. $44.99. Triumph 15. Everything in here is sticker price. Warrant cherry pie. We have plenty of them. They're getting low, though, because we sold 10 or 15 copies tonight. That takes a big chunk out of a crate. I had about this many. I bet now we have about this many. So, $39.99. And I'm actively selling them online as we speak. So, that's Tracy's for $56. Jamie Butler said he will take a Red Hot Chili Peppers. Woodstock is $39.99. Clay Moore said Triumph sold. Yeah, these new arrivals, I just kind of, I mean, y'all know the drill. We kind of just keep them sticker price. This is like, we pretty much have had stuff on sale all week, which is incredible. I mean, there's no telling how many. We've probably done, what, 20 crates of half-off vintage, recent stuff, like stuff from the Pennsylvania collection already. Let's go through this crate of Japanese stuff before the break. This is Japanese stuff we've never put up for sale. It's all buy it nows. It's all buy it nows or best offer. I would love to sell anything and everything in here, so let's go through it. This Janis Joplin is kind of, we got this in and it's surprisingly kind of damaged. It has a couple bumps on the vinyl. I still think it will play okay. Yeah, it has a couple. It has like a vinyl imperfection. Right here, it has like a little vinyl impurity mark, as I call it. And this side B is pristine. I'll sell it for $25, which is, I think, okay for what it is, even with a couple bumps. I don't know if that will pop or skip, but I don't like really selling this stuff unless it's absolutely perfect. So that's $25 if anybody wants it. Eric Clapton, these are all Japanese. Some of them don't have obies. Eric Clapton is $24.99. That's about a VG Plus. And by the way, if I say VG Plus on Japanese, it's going to be very nice. Eric Clapton, VG Plus, another ticket, $29.99. Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. That's VG Plus, $29.99. Randy Scarborough wants the Janis Joplin. Tanner, $25 on that. The best of George Harrison. Frank Kilpatrick is at $57. Tracy, let me know if you're in or out on that. Frank has that for $57. Bob Seger is a VG Plus, $34.99. That one has the Obi. Tracy Miller's in. By the way, Eric Beck needs a cherry pie, if we hadn't already pulled him one. Yeah, so VG Plus, this thing looks like it's near mint. It just has a couple sleeve scuffs right here. So, I mean, that's what you're getting with this. It's like a beautiful copy. Original insert, Obi, and that's Bob Seger. VG Plus, $34.99. We have the Beatles Red Album Compilation. That's also a VG Plus, $34.99. Japanese press of that. No, that's a U.S. pressing. This is a U.S. pressing. U.S. pressing of that, $34.99. Christopher Cross, another page, $24.99. That one's near mint. The Beatles, 62 to 66. That is $64.99. That is $64.99. Let's see, 2 LPs, inner sleeve, poster, discography book, and insert book. It looks like those are probably like VG quality on the booklets. Vinyl is EX, $64.99 on the Beatles. There's a Beatles Ballads like we just sold Tom, $44.99 for that one. No Obi, EX vinyl. Here's some of the Bluegrass. Bluegrass Pickin' and Singin', $24.99. Something Bluegrass, Bill Keith on Rounder Records with Obi. That's $24.99. Roanoke on Trio Records, $24.99. This is 12-string Dobro, Tut Taylor. It is $24.99 with Obi. Alan Lomax presents Folk Songs of Bluegrass. That is $24.99. Japanese press. Bluegrass album, Rowan Green and the Red Hot Pickers, $24.99. Tracy Miller is back in on George Harrison, by the way, at 58. Frank, you're out. Grant Peltzer on Christopher Cross. Grant Peltzer on Christopher Cross. Juice Newton, Can't Wait All Night. Juice Newton is $29.99. Corey Hart, Fields of Fire, $44.99 for Corey Hart. Near mint with Obi. Corey Hart, Can't Help Falling in Love with You, $29.99. 2 copies of Wham, Make It Big in shrink wrap with Hype Sticker. These are $49.99. And we have Bob Marley, Live, $39.99. That's a Japanese pressing. ABBA Arrival is $29.99. And this one here, let me take a look at this. I think it has, yeah, this one here has a feeler on it. I will sell that for $10 if anybody wants that one. It has a fillable mark on it. Frank is back in on George Harrison for $59. Is that Peter Rowan? Let's see here. We had, where did you see that at? Oh, this one right here. This is, I don't know. Let me take a look here. Richard Green. I can't see names. I'm not too good with Japanese. I don't know. Yeah, there he is. Peter Rowan. Peter Rowan. Okay, so Frank Kilpatrick is at 59 on George Harrison. Debbie Blair, Eric Clapton, the first one, $20. I will sell you that, Debbie, for $20. Aaron Gardner on ABBA Arrival. Aaron Gardner on ABBA Arrival. Aaron, are you wanting the one with the feeler for $10? Man, I can sell the heck out of Damaged Records. I think that's the one Aaron wants. If so, Leslie was second. Brian said he would give 20 for this. Sell that to Brian for 20. Tracy Miller is at 60 on George Harrison. Tracy Miller is at 60 on George Harrison. Okay, it'll take them a half hour to finish that up, so I better show another crate. If we're not done in 5 minutes, I'll be like, okay, we'll have to resume this auction during part 2. Let me go through a crate of, let's see here. I've already been through that one. Let's see, I've been through this one. Let me just go ahead and get started on another one, I guess. Anybody else on anything in here before I grab another one? I think part 2, I've got 6 more crates of new vintage arrivals I have not shown yet. 6 more crates of new vintage arrivals I have not shown yet. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let me see what I have left in this one. Or let me see what's in this one. Wow, another unique mixture of records. $10 on that. Yeah. Any Stones boots? Not that I'm aware of. Frank's at 61. Tracy says out. All right, this is sold to Frank Kilpatrick for 61. That was the longest auction ever in the history of Coletco. That is sold to Frank Kilpatrick for $61. I'm going to stop there. I was like, well, if this goes on much longer, I've got to start a new crate because it's kind of hard to end an auction. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. It is 9:30 right now. We'll be back at 10 o'clock on the dot. Here's the crate I was about to show. Looks like it had some pretty cool stuff in it. I've seen Star Wars and $6 Million Man. I've seen some Disney records and Christmas and Todd Rundgren and all kinds of different stuff in there. I've got 6 more crates of new vintage stuff to show. It'll be just like a new arrival show. I'll probably go back through new vinyl once. Everything can probably fit now in one crate, new vinyl. Then we'll do vintage until probably y'all are had enough. And then the week's over. and then we'll start over again on Monday. We've only got like 10,000 more records to put out next week. So come back and see us at 10 o'clock. I ordered a pizza like 4 hours ago, and it's been sitting over here. So let me order this, or let me eat this pizza, and then I'll be back at 10 o'clock ready to sell more records. See you then.